again, Bryce.
Welcome back to the
Second-
River Live.
Second day in a row. This time it is the final table of the Rivers League Championship. Since September 1st, I believe. These guys have been playing every single Sunday and earning points. My voice is already out from yesterday. And they have played for 3 months, gathered up the points, came back today and played, and we are down to the final 9 and over $8,500 in the pot, over $3,000 first place. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I've been here every single Sunday since that September 1st when we started. So I've seen all these different little tournaments leading up to the big day today. So definitely excited to see how this final table is going to pan out. Got a lot of players who I expected to be here who have been here for all of this time. And yeah, it should be a good final table.
I'm just going to spoil everyone right now. Farron, my dad, the one that won the buzzbait with the buzzbait with Brad, the buzzbaits yesterday, the tag team tournament, has made 2 final tables 2 days in a row. Good job.
Maybe the stream is just Farron's thing. Like he played the cash game on stream too.
Yeah, go
kicked
Dad.
butt on there.
Go Dad. So you'll be seeing him, some other familiar faces here. Marco is in the box counting up the chips. We've got Whitney back here doing the action tracking. We can talk a little bit about what we have going on this week. Thursday, Flight A, 6 p.m. How much is that guarantee, Bryce?
$10,000 guarantee. You guys have been asking for a big tournament, so we delivered $10,000 guarantee, $120 entry with a $10 dealer appreciation bonus. 4 flights coming up starting on Thursday.
Yep, the Flight A Thursday, and then 1 flight on Friday, and then 2 flights on Saturday, 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. You're going to take 2 bags forward. So if you can get the top 12% in 2 of those flights, you get to take both of those bags with you. And then if you can get that elusive triple bag bonus, $400 is basically like free rolling the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious
Plus
to see if anybody.
$40, right? If you end up bagging in all 3 of your first bullets, then you're only in for $360.
That's right. Yeah, it's pretty tough to get top 12% 3 out of 4 of those flights, but I had to put it up there just to see if somebody could do it, and you got to reward them if they do.
I think the past couple big tournaments we've had a couple triple baggers. I know Craig did it once, Banks did it once, so definitely people who are going to be shooting for that.
Yeah, and it's at that really good price point to where people don't mind firing a couple bullets out. It's only $120 for a $10,000 guaranteed tournament, so I'm pretty excited to see how that goes. That Flight A is going to be this Thursday. We've already spun it a couple times, but the wheel is in action. We've got 2 tables going outside there right now, 2 cash game tables, both 1-3, I believe. So they're playing for full house or better to spin that prize wheel. I believe dealer Jason that works here has already won like $250 today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the wheel is in action. A lot of people who have played the tournament and didn't make the final table hopped right over to the cash table. So we got 2 of them going right now. So if you want to come in and have a chance to spin the wheel, get your name on the list, and we'll get you in here.
Yeah, pretty busy at night here on this Sunday night here at the River League, and it's shocking to me, Bryce. I need you to explain to me because I can't figure it out. I've told people there's all these wedges on the wheel, and it doesn't matter what I put on there; it magnetizes to the money. This thing is insane. $250 already being paid out today, and there's only so many slots to win money, but it just never fails to pay out money. It drives me insane. But what I wanted to mention specifically about those wedges is I have added the 10K guarantee vouchers. So not only can you win cash, but you can win a free entry into the 10K this week. That's going to be huge.
People were asking me about the value of that, and I said it can be, if you end up winning the whole tournament, it could be $5,000
Who does?
that
Yeah,
spot on the wheel.
Exactly.
So
it's we got added some voucher spots to the wheel. Really excited about that tournament, and let's have a look here. We'll see if Whitney's put in some names here. Looks like we have it here. So Marco there, Washington up, just dealt for the button. We can take a quick peek at some of these stacks, run them down before we get the first hand in. Wesley, your current chip leader, who was the on the final table last night as well, 51,000. Renee right behind him. Patrick, 41,000. Coach, 40,000. Shelby, 34. John, 27. Farron, 22. I mean, Mitch and Nick and Farron need to be making a move here, but That's a pretty tight race up the top 4 or 5 stacks, Bryce.
Yep. I believe blinds are at 1,000, 2,000 right now, so definitely some big blinds still in play. Yeah, those shorter stacks going to have to find a spot earlier in this final table, try to double up. But throughout the tournament, not a lot of people had huge chip stacks to start the day.
No, the stacks were dependent on your participation for the league. If you played in one, you had some chips. For instance, Wesley, I got this paper for us here, Bryce. Wesley started, he's got 51,000 right now, and he started with 12,000. Whereas, let's pick somebody who I know didn't have a whole lot. Patrick, did he?
No, Patrick's been here a
He's
couple
pretty-
times. I think maybe the shortest one coming into today might be
I know Nick played
Nick
a lot.
played in all of them. I think Renee and Mitch and Shelby played in a lot of them. Coach, maybe?
Yeah, Ron Robbins had 13,000. So, long story short, you had your chip stacks was based upon your participation and how well you placed. But they're here now, and we're underway at the first hand of the final table here of the league championship. And how about Farron flopping a set of 5s with Coach, top pair right off the rip?
God, does this guy run good on the live streams or what? First hand in the live stream, flopping a set of 5s.
And it's good to
And
be
Coach flopping top pair.
and betting into it, right? And Farron made a check there, sneaky check. And 10K, and Farron goes all in for 15.5. Coach has got to call it. So Farron set up immediately first hand for a massive double up, Bryce.
Yep, set of 5s versus top pair. Neither player going anywhere.
Gonna need some running cards here. Unlucky for Coach catching that top pair with the ace jack.
He's going to
Queen
boat
on the
up.
turn could hit an ace or a queen, but doesn't get there. So Farron right off the rip, double up.
One of those players we said had to get his money in the money in the middle early.
Yeah.
Found a way to do it in the first hand.
Yeah, now he's amongst the chip leaders.
Second in chips, I believe, right behind Wes. Just like that.
Good records keep going on. I mean, that's let's I pull that back up to one hand. Yeah, Farron went from
From
next to
of
the
pack
bottom to second. Holy cow. But there's, like you said, the blinds are 1 in 2,000. Still a lot of chips in play. Only Nick, Coach, and Mitch are really on emergency mode, less than 10 bigs there. So there's still some poker to be had for these guys. And I've got the payouts here. We'll get it after we get this hand. Everyone here is into the money. Everybody's getting at least $100 for their efforts to make it this far in the league. Like I said, the ninth and eighth place get $100. Seventh place, $140. Sixth place is going to be $200. And then the real money starts. You've got fifth place at $700, fourth at $900, third place $1,200, second place $2,000, and first place for season 1 of the Rivers League is going to be taking home $3,200. So there's so much money up for grabs on this.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the prize pool that we were able to make for this. Obviously, it was at 86, so it was at 43, and then
Yep,
we matched the pot.
It was $10 per head, and then the river matched the ending pot. Wesley here going to flop a ace-high flush draw on a double-paired board now. Ace-high is still good. Mitch looking for a king or a 10. Doesn't
Pick
happen.
up an ace.
Yeah, Wesley's going to take this one down as they just go check, check. Looked like a battle of the blinds there. Almost. No,
Wes opened, I believe, under the gun and got one call from Mitch. But his pair of aces and eights going to get it done. The rich get richer for Wes. The chip leader coming in, adding on to his stack there.
Yeah, let's see how he puts those chips to work. You know, everybody's into the money, and that's kind of a sigh of relief. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think there's a single player here at this table looking for that $100 payday when there's $3,200 up top.
Yeah. Lots of money to be played for. I'm sure nobody wants to go home with $100.
Yes, you're going to definitely see might tighten up just a little bit. They try to ladder up into those top 5 positions to get into that the big paydays.
Yeah, I've been here dealing since 2 today, and I've seen a lot of people play some tight poker today because of how big the prize pool is up top. Nick with the pocket kings.
Raises it up to 5K. They had a pretty suit of connectors, but let that one go. Aaron gets out of the way. Looks like Patrick's going to defend here with the ace-6 offsuit. discounted rate for Wesley, but doesn't want to put his chips at risk. Smart fold, so we're going to go heads up. Pretty quiet pocket kings there. That wasn't a huge raise.
Yeah,
so,
just above a min click.
Yeah,
Goes
all diamonds. This could get ugly here.
nut flush draw versus second nut
both
flush draw.
players having a diamond, and Renee would have flopped open-ended straight flush.
So
with the flush
Nick with
already.
those pocket kings, not much behind, 13K.
And we see there's only 4 live diamonds left in the deck. We've had a few of them folded off. Patrick here, bottom pair, nut flush draw, all in 13,000. It's going to be a little less than half of his stack, but you have to make that call,
Yeah,
which he
he's
does.
He's getting the right price. He's got the nut flush draw, an over, and a pair.
Yeah, you see the outs there at the top of your screen. 9 cards keep Patrick those chips back his way, and Nick off of the table. Nick needing to dodge those 9 cards to stay where he's at. Deuce of clubs on the turn, no help. Marco's river, non-diamond 7, so Nick's pocket king is going to hold up. I think that hand kind of played itself, and Nick didn't. He read about 2.5x raise there pre, and just not enough to get Patrick off of it, which is good, and he made money off of it. But
but that's 2 of the short stacks right away to start. First
Yeah.
3 hands doubling up.
yeah, so that moves Nick up to
Towards the
30,
middle
30
of the pack.
38K. You can let that update. Let's see here. Yeah, that's going to be we're going to get those chips looked at. They're all pretty accurate. I know we just put that in there, and we have a break here shortly. I was trying to see when the break was going to be. There's our you don't have table. Oh, there we go. There's our table audio. You're supposed to fill the dead Bryce, while I'm messing with the controls.
Sorry.
You're supposed to talk about something.
One thing.
What are you doing?
One thing I'm excited to see is that the people that have been here playing all of the River League tournaments so far on these Sundays are the people that did make it to the final table. So their hard work over the past 3 months has paid off, leading up to them
That's
making
right.
the final
That's
table
right.
here.
And I'm going to be looking to see who was the shortest. I'm going to see who the shortest stack was coming in to today. Now, I know Farron, he didn't start until late in the season. I think he only made like the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, one of the
Out of 13.
craziest runs we saw today was Chris Hernandez came into the day with just 1,000 chips. I think he went out in 12th or 11th place.
He had a run. for sure.
Starting with just 1,000 chips to start the day, almost making it to the final table. So he didn't play a lot of the Rivers League, but able to spin it up in that day too. I know people have been talking about the second session that we've been talking about having of the Rivers League, and people have seemed to enjoy it in the prize pool. People like a big prize pool too, 3,200 up front. Hard to deny coming to play this tournament every week.
And we'll be doing season 2. Keep an eye out for that announcement. I'm going to keep it in seasons. I'm going to season 2, season 3. We'll run this for years.
Yeah.
Like season 17. Got 10,
10,
10,
10,
10.
10.
How about Patrick flopping quads? How do you get paid with those other holdings, though,
I
Bryce?
don't think you're going to get any sort of payment. Unless we see a club here. Nope, no club. I think it's just going to check around. Patrick probably going to try to bet a little bit. Or
No, he's just staring off into space, trying to
Let
act
us-
innocent.
let his quads go to showdown.
Imagine another jack pops up. That would have been the only way he'd have got paid.
1,000. Oh, no, he went all in. He said, call me with your 5. Oh, they're both playing the board, too.
Yeah, they're letting that one go. So,
Patrick going to show his
and he
quad.
showed it. I was going to say, did he show it? Or going to make him wait 15 minutes?
That's funny.
Yeah,
So
for
not
those,
much action there, flopping quads.
for those that don't know, we are on a 15-minute delay. That's how these live streams work. Cash games, tournaments, anything that's going on, we see it 15 minutes later and bring it to you across all of our social media, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And there's quite a few people already tuned in and watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Kind of an unscheduled, well, it was a scheduled stream. We just didn't know when it was going to start. We were waiting until the final table to see when that was going to start up. and got to it fairly quickly. But I think you're going to see things slow down now with this much money on the line.
Yeah, and I think it's fun too to see a couple new faces to the live stream today. We've had a couple of these people play in some of the tournaments, the sit and goes that we've had, also a couple of the cash games, but I don't think we've seen John Warren hasn't played, Coach hasn't
I
played,
think
Nick
Nick's
hasn't
been on the
played,
stream.
Patrick hasn't been on here, so a couple new faces to be able to see here on the live stream.
Nick and Shelby both flopping top pair, same kickers. Let's see who plays the hand better. And actually, Shelby's going to be the one to bet out first, 2,500. Nick here makes the call.
I think this spot's just going to be who keeps the pedal to the metal.
Well, I don't think Nick's going to fold any bet unless
Unless he's a
Shelby
believer
just
that he has a
really
five,
goes
yeah.
nuts. But that's going to be hard for Shelby to do considering Nick's just smooth calling. If anybody has a 5 in their hand, it would be Nick who's playing it slow.
And a diamond on the turn. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the river.
Yeah, it's just going to go check, check. Both cheap
And
showdown
chop this
here.
pot up.
Marco's going to do some extra work chopping this one up. Like I said, blinds are 1,000, 2,000, and they're 20-minute levels. And so this is the start of the tournament where it starts to kind of ramp up a little bit. And so these guys can't float around too long around this $20,000, $30,000 chip range. They're definitely going to have to start making a move here pretty soon. As we take a look once again, in case you missed it, Wesley, your chip leader here at this final table, 52,000, and both Farron, Renee, and Nick, and even Shelby, all right there. I mean, it's 45 down 35-29. Coach and Mitch are the only ones really needing to find a hand here to get back into this game.
When you got that 15 plus big blind stack, then you're usually sitting a little bit more comfortable once you get down into that threshold of three and a half, which Mitch has to that 11, 12 big blind mark is when you need to start finding and picking your spots. Got a couple folds around here. Got a call from Renee under the gun. Coach going to raise it up with queen 7 suited, a couple suited queens going to a flop heads up. Go to a board of 4-6 king with a couple clubs. Renee flopping a queen high flush draw.
Let's see how she wants to play this one here.
She's gonna bet it.
Bet it out there. That's a good bet. I like it. You know, I've got a few buddies that play poker pretty seriously, and they always say that, I say, do you bet your flush draws? You know, how heavy do you bet your flush draws? I go, oh, yeah, absolutely. Bet them like crazy. I say, okay, you know, so I said, number one, it makes them think you might not be on the flush draw since you're betting it. But the biggest reason, it gives you one more chance to hit the flush without hitting the flush. It's like, what does that mean? It gives them one more chance to fold.
Yep.
It's like, okay,
That
you're
is
right.
true. I think it's definitely different in tournament poker too. I find myself not betting as many flush draws in cash games as I do in tournaments, just because you can put the pressure on people a little bit more in these tournaments when you have a different size stack. So flopping that flush draw, betting it out just as I would have as well.
Well, bet sizing is everything in poker, as we see here, as it's limped around with the pocket fives of Shelby. Patrick calls it the king 10. And John W. going to raise this one up 4x with the ace king. You know, that's a pretty decent sizing, especially coming out of his seat. If you're Shelby here with 32,000, 6,000 more, about a fifth of your stack, he does lay that one down. Don't really blame him there, considering it is John and you have a player to act behind you.
John and Patrick, this is a pair of people that we see a lot of battles between in a lot of the tournaments. It's funny to see these two go back and forth in a lot of the free rolls that we have.
And there's going to be a flop of Jack 3, 7, 2 clubs, no help to either player. And so John's going to continue the aggression here, and good on him. At least King following up that C-bet of the raise, and Patrick not going to be able to combat there. So John going to take that one down. It's a good pot on John. But yeah, to what you were saying a moment ago, sizing in tournaments is a whole different game than sizing in cash games, especially in Texas, especially in places like the River League, to where pot odds and stack sizes don't mean a lot in cash games sometimes. But in tournaments, it's definitely a lot of the game. You want to leave yourself enough chips to where if you get 3-bet pre-flop or something, you're not just committing your stack. And you have to have a decent enough stack to be able to do that in these tournaments. And that's where a lot of these players right here at this final table are struggling. They need to get up to where they can put some pressure on pre-flop, because that's what helps you pick up those orbits, those blinds, and get through those orbits.
Yeah, and it's one thing that definitely changes is looking at your stack in terms of how many big blinds you do have, because obviously you do have to pay the blinds every round. And once you're out of chips, you're out of chips. Once you're out of big blinds, you're
Yep.
done. So knowing how many big blinds you have in your stack,
Knows how many orbits and how many bets you can make that are left. John, back-to-back ace king, going to raise this up to 4K. He only went 2x instead of 3 this time. A little mixing it up there.
and if Shelby's not going to call with pocket fives, I don't see him calling with 6-3 offsuit.
Well,
He's
yeah,
going to lay this one down.
he was in the big blind, so it was a discounted rate,
Yep.
but he went ahead and let that one go. So good on him for that. To find a better spot. Like I said, John's usually not doing that with nothing there. Quite a few people across all of these social media just now tuning in. This is the final table of the Rivers League Championship 3-month league event. These are the players that made it to the championship day. Anybody who played in the league could come to the championship day, and this is the final table of that league. We got had over 8,600 in the prize pool, $3,200 up top for first place. And let us know who you're tuned in watching for. We see Cody there in the Facebook chat saying Patrick.
Go,
Yes,
Patrick.
He says like, go
Yay,
Patrick, or
Patrick
something.
sucks.
What is that? But he saying pay for
We
Patrick.
got Patrick fans.
Renee here at King Jack going to play the button, calling that big blind. Shelby just completes with the jack down, and Farron going to check his option with the 8-5 offsuit. Queen, ace, queen, 2 clubs. No help to any player. Who wants to bet it and take this one down? This is where Farron can use his chip stack.
Farron and Renee with similar stacks here. Renee with the gut shot and the best of it right now with that king high.
Yeah. There's
Shall we take a stab at it?
Shelby's going to be the one to bet at it. Like I said, to the aggressor goes the spoils on this one. But Renee here may not be a believer. She's got nut no pair.
This is another one of these combos that like to play heads up pots against
Yeah.
each other. Obviously, they're good friends here at the River League, so Renee
She
doesn't like to
makes
fold
the
to
call
Shelby,
with
and Shelby
nut
doesn't
no
like to fold to
pair.
Renee.
Holy cow. Friend on friend violence here.
River's a brick. Gonna go
Oh,
check,
you got to
check.
bet that, Renee. But either
Gonna
way,
check,
she's going to
check.
see the
She's gonna
best.
win it.
Neither one of them going to turn over their hand. And Shelby going to see that she calls with king high.
I just didn't believe you.
That's what she said. Final table. Not many blinds. Still doesn't believe him. 52,000 Renee built up. Tied with Wesley now for that chip lead.
Yep, and at the bottom, we got Coach and Mitch just kind of playing all in or fold poker right now, where they're looking for a hand to put all their chips in the middle, hopefully double up. And if not, they're going to go home with $100.
Yeah, we like I said, it made at least $100 for making it to the final table. Bumped it up to 140 for 7th, 200 for 6th, and then the real cash prize pool starts 700 for 5th place, all the way up to $3,200 for taking this one down.
Yeah, I've loved this tournament so far. I'm here basically every Sunday, so I've been able to see all of the action unfold. People coming in here, watching some football, playing some cards. Always good vibes here on Sundays. And the way that this tournament works, for those of you that don't know, you get guaranteed 500 chips for every time you enter, 500 chips for when you rebuy, and then you get progressively more chips for the further that you go in the tournament. So I think we added bonus chips to the top 5 spots of every tournament that we had.
Top 5 got bonus chips. The chip leader coming into today was Miss Julie, and unfortunately she went out pretty close to this final table. I think she was, what, 12?
She was
Eleven.
the she
Was
was
she
the
the
final
bubble?
table bubble.
Yeah, so she almost made it to the final table, but played well. But you've still got to catch some cards, even if you've got the chips. Like I said, Farron started the tournament with 7,500 in chips. He's the one that I see
Is the shortest
so
coming into
far
this
that
final
would have been
table.
the shortest. Yeah, coming to the final table. But like you said, we had a few with just 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 worth of chips. Or we're only able to make it to a couple of the league events But playing in one at all gave you some chips to play in this massive tournament for only $30.
Starting with 1,000 chips and being able to have a chance at $3,200 is pretty incredible.
Yeah, and like I said, it's if you played it all. So when we start this back up, keep that in mind. Farron here on the button. I think did he limp?
He limped, and
Yeah, he
Wes
just
raised
called
it up with
three.
ace jack.
So top two stacks going at it. Pretty brave there of Wes. Now let's see what kind of aggression must be done here. Wes first
Wes
back,
gets out a C
small
bet.
bet. Small bet. What is that, 4K into 17?
Yeah, and Farron seeing those 2 overcards to his pocket pair.
You know, it could be a sign of super strength from Wes, saying just putting out a please call me bet. Farron doesn't have a heart in his hand either. That could also make a decision there. Yeah, he does let that one go. So good on Wes. We're just going to assume that he was playing weak to act strong.
Yep, that's what we're going to.
Otherwise, what in the heck was that bet, Wes?
I've had a lot of conversations with people recently about C-bet sizing. Obviously, when you're the pre-flop aggressor, you want to continue a lot of the time on the flop, regardless of what it is. Different sizes based off of how strong your hand actually connects to the board.
Yeah, and he was making a bet there, but like I said, you want to definitely bet a little bit enough to get him to actually fold and not have the odds to give you a call. But even with pocket sevens, you know, you're hoping for a 7 or nothing. So Farron not quite having the odds even with that small C bet. But you know, Wesley, we saw Brad, Team Buzzbaits last night. Wesley's dad won it with Farron, the tag team last night. And the reason I bring that up is because Brad is one of the best C-bet players we have. You can guarantee that man, if he has fired pre, he is firing on the
He's going to
flop.
continue, yeah, that's for sure.
So Wes getting a good page out of his book there on that C-bet. This one's going to fold around to Farron with the Jack 9
Gonna raise it
suited.
up.
We're going to raise it up to 6K. Patrick folding the small. Now it's up to John and the big King 6 going to complete at a discount. Blinds are now 15-3, 1,500, 3,000.
Yeah, and as these blinds go up, the short stack's getting even shorter.
Yeah, 3-3-8.
Not really connecting with either player there.
Yeah, but Farron doing the C-betting this time. And pretty
Bet it
decent
out.
sizing. He's bet 9 or 10 into 13.
Look at Farron. It's good to see him mixing it up with a little bit rather than a premium.
Yeah,
A little Jack 9 suited.
and against John, too. That's pretty, of course, if John would have called him for any reason, Farron would have never bet again.
Checked it down the rest of the way.
him and John are two players you just don't want to
Yep.
tangle with. But this whole final table of 9, you know, there's nobody I really want calling any of my bets at this
I
table.
don't think so.
And every one of these guys, it's like, oh, okay.
Lots of players where if they're betting it, I'm probably getting out, and if I'm betting and they're calling it, I'm probably slowing down.
Shutting
so.
it down, yeah. So pretty solid final table here, this final 9. Blinds are 1,500 to 3,000.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a lot of these faces playing in that 10K guaranteed from the rest of the week. Obviously, a lot of these players, mostly tournament players compared to cash, I would say. So I'm sure we'll see them playing later in the week in that 10,000 guaranteed tournament.
Yeah, it's good. Such a great value tournament starting on Thursday. $120 entry for a $10,000 guaranteed tournament. Nick here, middle position, or he's under the gun, going to raise his up. The king, queen is suited. Farron gives him a call on the hijack with the queen 9 of clubs. Mitch here with the decision with the discount, ace 8 offsuit, and he's going to ship it,
all
and I
in.
like it. He's only got 12,000 left. Need to make a stand. You've got a quarter of your chips in already with the big blind. You got 2 people putting in there. Let's just see what happens.
Not a lot of chips left, and any ace is good enough to shove.
And you don't have enough to get either player to fold
That's
either,
right.
so you're going to get max value 3x.
Nick's going to put in a quick call. I think Farron's going to get out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know if he should, though. He's got the
nope,
chip
he's
stack, and he's
gonna
getting the
make the-
odds.
he's gonna
Yeah, it
make
was
the
only
call.
9K more to win 45.
Flop here of 10, Jack 7, a couple hearts.
Yeah, open ender for both players. Of course, Farron's got the bottom end of it. Check, check. 10 on the river, so
Ace high.
Mitch is going to hold with
Triple
the ace
up.
high.
Triple up and
He did
instantly.
get max value. right there. That's going to put him,
In third place, I believe, in the
yeah,
chip.
upper middle of the pack.
And that's what we were talking about. He had ace high, and he was in the big blind, said, hey, we're either going to triple up or we're going to go home. And the ace high is going to be good against both of those other holdings. So Mitch with a much-needed triple up, going to put him into third place in our stacks. Wesley up top. His wife, Renee, 52,000 in second. And then Mitch at 46,000 now.
Yeah, that's going to change things pretty dramatically. See, that put Farron down to 26K. Wesley's still in the lead, 60. Renee just below 52. I said the blinds are 1,500 to 3,000, so everybody needs to start playing a little bit, Bryce.
I think so too. Just waiting for the right hand to try to make a play with. And those big stacks, with the big stack, trying to stay aggressive like Renee's doing here with a suited king.
Patrick waking up with the ace king, going to put his 12,000 in the middle.
And Renee betting 8,000, getting raised to 12,000. I don't think she can ever fold.
She's got to fold and see the bad news. Going to be needing some hearts to try to run down the ace king, but not too many, as we see Patrick having the ace of hearts in his hand.
She's got a live 6. We can still hit a 6.
Yeah, she has no choice but to call. Not proud of it, but trying to make a little something happen, and kind of got caught having to expose a pretty weak hand. But he said, you got a live 6.
Live 6, hearts working.
Got Lowry in the box. I'd missed that happening.
Lowry in the box, going to put out 5 cards, going all the way to the river.
Couple of runner straight outs here. Needing a 6.
Dude,
Only,
no
and
help.
not even the 6 of spades.
6 and a 6 only. 2 outs for Renee. Can she hit it? There it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. I told you she had a
2
live 6.
2 outs. Couldn't even hit the 6 of spades.
Nope.
2 outs, and Patrick, unfortunately.
Going to be our first one out here at the final table. Collect his $100. Sorry to all the Patrick fans in the chat.
We had a couple of them already. But he got it in best. That's all you can ask for. And he did make it all the way to the final table. Got a little bit of money for his efforts here today. $100 bill for that 9th place finish here in league championship. And but, you know, at the end of the day, Renee was the one that raised. She was trying to make a move. And unfortunately, you just can't fold for 4,000 more when you've already put in,
Yeah.
was it 8 or 9?
Yeah.
So,
I think she knew the 6 was coming deep down.
oh, yeah, sure. You know that's a good hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's she even apologized. We heard it.
Yep, Renee's going to move up to our chip leader now
Yeah.
after winning that all in. I don't think she's going to keep the aggression here with that 9 deuce off. Going to fold around to Farron. Wes, also, who we saw final table, finished what, third yesterday, him and Martine in the tag team tournament.
Yep.
So a very capable player, racing it up with ace 3 offsuit.
What a fantastic team name. Electric Grass.
Electric Grass. And yeah, using that big chip stack just like Renee did last hand. Not going to have anybody jam on him, though. Just going to take down the blinds.
Yeah, that's the only problem if you're those larger stacks. Of course, you got Coach, Nick, both down to 3, 6 bigs. And if you raise this up, even a min click to 6,000, Coach jams is 9.5. You're going to have to call and just turn over your hand.
Either, yep.
Live stream with the same shirt on.
We appreciate everybody tuning in. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Let us know who you're cheering for here on the final table today. Lots of new faces. I think that's another cool part about the stream. When we have new people who are playing on the stream, we have new viewers then too.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's obviously texting their group to, hey, come watch me play on the stream today.
And here's Mitch putting in just a call with the pocket sevens. Wanted to see if he can spike a cheap set here. Of course, Renee and Wesley not having much to battle with. Jack, Deuce, King, Rainbow. If Mitch
Renee
can-
flopping bottom pair, West flopping a gut shot.
And-
7's still good right now.
And, you know, if you're Mitch and you bet this pot-size bet here, which he does, you know, you got to be afraid of Renee calling with anything. But she does decide to lay it down Wesley lets his gut shot go. And Mitch getting some much needed chips and quietly building that chip stack back up.
Yep, Mitch, one of those players that always likes to put out a bet to just get a feel of where he's at. Obviously, if he gets raised there, he's just going to fold. And if he gets called, he's definitely going to slow down. But one of those players we see often with those pocket pairs, just trying to get a feel of what everybody else has at the table. Obviously, Wes and Renee with no good holdings there to be able to call them.
I know it's supposed to be, but we just played for an entire month.
Yeah, Wesley still at 61K. Yeah, I'm trying to look at some of these blind levels here and who's in a position based on where they're seating, what kind of pressure they can put on the stacks.
Yeah, and I think that Wes is probably in that best spot right now. Obviously, John and Mitch have a little bit more chips, but Nick and Coach directly to your left is definitely a good spot to put some pressure on.
You see blind on blind here. 6-4 suited Renee against Shelby's at 10-4 offsuit. 3-8 Jack, 2 diamonds, no help to either player. Let's see who wants to fire first.
We saw Renee make the call earlier with just king high.
Yeah, well, I don't know if she's going to win it with 6 high this time. So she may have to bet here if she wants to try to take this one down. And it is just going to go check, check. And Shelby's going to win that one with 10 high.
10 high. That's high-level poker right there. 10 high. Check it down the whole way and get some bonus chips to your stack.
If you are just joining us, let's take a look. The total chip stack here, it's been fluctuative. I'll tell you that. You see Renee there with the chip lead, 63,000. But another little metric here, we see where they started at on this, how many chips they've won. Mitch got the full triple up. He's been the benefactor. The chips moving around, 34,000. And that's why he's sitting at 41K, way bigger than what he started with to begin. Got the full triple up with just the ace high.
What did he have when he came in? Like 8,000 or something?
Yeah, he
like
had
that?
very, very, like I said, he's up 34K. So
Renee
he got
on the button.
41, didn't have much at all.
King 6 suited was good, but King 5 suited, no good. Shelby going to call here with 7 deuce.
Farron going to check his option.
Couple suited hands. See who flops best.
Queen Jack 4. If Shelby checks here, you might see a bet out of Farron. No, he's going to wait and just kind of hang out there. Farron, I thought he might put his chip stack a little bit to use against a similar size, but they're both pretty short. So Farron here just going to try to get to a showdown, and he's going to see it's a good choice.
Back-to-back hands. 9 high, 10
He's
high.
going to play. At some point, Shelby's got to find a bet, Bryce. He would have won both of those.
I think so, too. And Shelby, one of those players that I don't think is afraid to normally put a bet out.
No, but he's got that awkward chip stack. Like I said, him and Farron both there had that mid-20s chip stack and didn't really know how to put too much of it at work without risking too much on nothing. But I think I expected Farron to play back at him a little bit there, just knowing that Shelby's going to be one of those that will fold, knowing where he's at the table and trying to
Yep.
ladder up. 'Cause there's a lot of money at stake.
A lot of money at stake. And I was thinking, we didn't have a lot of chips in play. I think 309,000 total chips, which was accumulated from all of the different Sunday tournaments that we've had. So 300,000, which what do you think is a normal total chips on a free roll during the week? In the millions, right?
No, it's way into
Yeah,
the millions.
way in the
Yeah,
millions.
Yeah, this was a and we knew it was going to be a lower stack because it's an accumulation of how much you play, and you can't just let them accumulate the moon because you don't want somebody coming into the championship with hundreds of thousands of chips in play. But we adjusted the levels early. I mean, you were dealing today a little
100,
bit.
100 to start the day.
Yeah, it
So-
gave people that only had that 1,000 or 2,000 stack some time to see some hands. You know, you're not all in on the first orbit.
You don't want to be coming in on a Sunday to play for 5 minutes and go home.
Yeah, so we adjusted the blinds accordingly to give a little bit more play to a lot of those players, and we've kind of reached that point in the tournament now. Once it hits about 1,000, 2,000, it starts ramping up normally. So, you know, we're 8-handed right now, but we could very easily be 4-handed
Yeah.
in 30 minutes.
And one idea
you know.
that I heard from a couple of the players right when we were sitting down today, perhaps for the next session that we have of this, a bonus if a player comes and plays every single tournament on the Sunday.
We did have one. A shout out to Eric Simpson. Every single Sunday, without fail, came and played in this league. Unfortunately, didn't make it to the final table, but we have to do something for those people who made every
Yeah.
single event. I think there was 13 weeks, or was it actually might have been more than that. We do the league's a little all over. It's been September, so it's way more than that.
Yeah, but I don't mind the idea of rewarding people for coming in every Sunday.
I love it.
Flop here of Ace Ace King. Nobody here really flopping anything. Shelby with a gut shot to a queen. Ace. This is going to go check, check. Shelby's going to fire it out this time. We were just talking about Shelby having to find a spot to bet it. This is the one that he picked, and it's going to work.
And that's the aggression shows these players needing to ladder up. Like I said, the money, it's only $100 for the next elimination, but it slowly starts going up from there, 140, 200. But if you can make that top five, that's when the money starts. 700 for fifth, 900 for fourth, 1,200 for third, $2,000 for second place, and $3,200 up top. So you're going to see him play it carefully, laddering up. It gets valuable real quick.
Yeah, a couple of the short stacks. Nick and Coach, about the blind's about to hit him, so we'll see them probably make a move sometime here soon. Coach, one of those players that I've seen play a short stack really well, though. Just super patient in his play, waiting to find a spot that he likes.
Oh, very patient. I mean, that's one of the best aspects of his game. Definitely knows how to wait and find his spots. Wesley here on the button with the ace-8 suited. Raise it up, Wesley. There you go. 9K, 3X to play. Gets the blinds to fold. Renee, who called in middle position with the ace-5 offsuit. She doesn't much like folding, so I kind of expected her to
Yep.
call here.
Two of the big stacks going to tango here. The two biggest stacks, Renee and Wes. Heads up with a couple aces.
8-4-4. The flop picks Wesley.
Honestly, one of the flops that Wes was looking for. Top pair, top kicker.
And he's going to bet it here. And is this Renee one of these spots where she chooses not to believe and thinks her ace high may be good? She's
Yeah.
known for it, and she's reaching for chips. Can she make the laydown or decides to keep Wesley honest? Of course, we see that he is.
Yep. She's got some backdoor outs, can make a wheel, can make the nut flush if
Yeah,
a couple
she-
spades roll off.
She makes the call, and if an 8 peels on this turn, it's going to be a disaster, Bryce.
Turn 10 of clubs instead. I think Wes is probably going to slow down here. Yep.
It's a tough slowdown there. You got to then keep it up, but it's going to pay off for him. If she would have just ripped it on the river there, he would have been in the blender, Bryce.
Yes, he definitely would have.
That would have been a heck of a river, just a monster jam there out of Renee out of nowhere.
So Wes now with 81,000. Big old chip stack.
Yeah, he came in as the chip leader and has added to it and creating some separation in the field.
Yeah, almost double our second stack right now.
And Mitch and Renee both around 42, 43,000. John and Shelby and Coach around that 30,000 mark. Farron just under 27,000, and Nick 18 needing to find a spot to get it in the middle and get it doubled up.
You ought to be in W sock like this one guy was. He just kept showing his hand. Yeah. He put him on the rail.
You can get a fresh one at the break.
Back to the action here. Hand number 23. Wes keeping the aggression going. Going to raise it up here again. John with the pocket nines. He's going to re-raise.
That's a big one there. We'll not quite know what Wesley's cards are. Playing a mystery hand here, but John's going to 3-bet.
John raising it up to 27,000, saying basically,
Committing his
yeah, I'm
stack.
I'm not going to fold if you put me all in.
He was thinking about the blinds, not his chips.
Yep. Putting in 27,000 with 33 in the stack.
Is effectively the same, regardless. Still shows the same amount of strength. He might even more show strength that you put in that much without even knowing how many chips
Wes,
you have.
Wes with a mystery stand.
I wish I could see his hand, but You know, we'll give Whitney a pass every now and again, not getting a hand into the computer.
If you had to take a guess of what Wes is sitting here thinking with, though, what are some hands that Wes could have here? I'm thinking
Well-
maybe pocket pairs as well, some ace king, ace queen, ace jack, ace 10.
I'm putting it on ace jack minimally.
Yeah. Especially if
Minimally.
he's here thinking. Like with that ace 8 last hand, I think if he gets 3-bet this big, then he's probably just folding right
Yeah,
away.
He's the chip leader, but it's half
He's
his
going to
stack.
fold
You fold ace. Look like ace king.
ace queen.
Ace queen. Yeah.
And there was a flip there.
Yeah.
But John going to take down 15,000 added to his stack.
John shows what he had. I don't blame him. This short stack, you might as well play honest. That way you can get some folds, because even the folds are valuable with the orbits.
And those flips here at the final table with a lot of these even looking chip stacks can change everything. A flip, pocket nines against ace queen there.
Nick still looking for a hand, down to 14-5.
Yep, 2 of our shorter stacks in the blinds here.
Yep.
Definitely got to look out for some of the bigger stacks trying to just steal it from both of them.
And if you're coming around the table now, you need to pay attention that Nick is in the blinds. If you're going to put in a raise, you need to be able to put in the full 14K. That's what Shelby's got to be thinking here. He's only got 30. Let's see what sizing he chooses. He wants to just see if he can see a flop. Limps in. That's going to bring in Farron with the king and queen offsuit. Wesley wants to see a flop pocket fours. John with the
those nines again.
same hand. Let's see if he squeezes here.
No 27,000 this time.
Nope.
He's going to call.
Wow, so we got some pretty strong hands here going to a flop. Nick, you got to put in your couple grand more there, buddy. It was only $2,000 more to
Yeah.
go 6 ways, but
Yeah, big
you know, you
pot.
never know. Ladders are real with this many people in. Could see some eliminations. On the flop, 6-7 queen. Farron top flopping best with the king queen over the pocket pairs of Shelby, Wesley, and John and Farron. Wasting no time, going to
Yeah,
take it
just
down as
over.
is.
Just over a pot size bet.
Yep, and that's probably going to do it. I don't think John or Coach are going to link him up with their middle pairs. Shelby's going to let this one go. So Farron, even without even getting all the way to river and any other callings, all that limping in at pre-flop gave him a pretty nice pot.
Yep.
You never guess what I had then.
It's going to put him on right back on the 50K mark, creeping up on Wesley's a chip lead of 68,000.
Yeah, it's got to be a nice feeling right there picking up. What? We had 4 or 5 limpers in that hand.
Yeah, it was
Being able to just
a
flop top
rare
pair
4 or
and take it
5
down.
way. I'd just bet the top pair and be good every time.
Blinds are up to 2,000 and 4,000 now. So looking at those big blind stacks that I was talking about earlier, looking at your stack in terms of big blinds instead of chips. Not a lot of big blinds left for Coach and Nick.
Yeah, Shelby too is at 26K.
John with King 9 suited. He's going to put in a call here.
Bitch, let pocket 3 go.
Nick with Ace Jack going to put his remaining 15,000 in the middle. John with 40,000 in his stack. These are the flips that I was talking about. Obviously, he has 2 live cards.
Yeah, we can see that, but he knows he's behind more often than not. And to put in, about a third of your stack pre-flop with King 9 suited, did you play 3 months and since 2 o'clock today to put most of your chips in with King 9 suited?
I think John's one of those players who's not afraid to take a flip here to try to knock somebody out.
Got the chips cut in
Got
his
the
right
chip.
hand.
He's thinking about it. I think he's going to make the call.
Straining his brain.
Yeah. This is not the handy card.
Not the hand he has
Yeah,
today.
it does lay it down.
And Nick going to pick up some blinds and a limp. 10,000 added to his stack, up to 25K now.
Two hands. In my hands were.
The blur of the hand speed. See the best dealer at the River League, or is it you, Bryce? Which is it?
Oh, we have these conversations all the time, and we've come to the conclusion that it's 1A, 1B.
Ah,
So that we just don't have to have the conversation of who's actually the better dealer.
and the look from Whitney in the action tracker. You're in the conversation, Whitney. Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
You've quit flipping cards up.
good job, Whitney.
For a year, if I walked by Whitney, she would flip a card up. All I had to be was within the vicinity of her eyesight, and the nerves would be too much.
But you know what? It's a good thing having a lot of good dealers. We have a good group of dealers here at the River League, and I think the players would agree with that as well. Coach with a pocket pair, just gonna make the call, go set mining.
lessons on parents? Oh, yeah, maybe.
Renee, whose stack has kind of dwindled here in the last little bit, gonna call with Queen Jack. We're gonna go 3 ways to this flop.
Queen Ace 10, a big flop for Renee. It's going to be an easy getaway from Coach. That's why he tried to hit a 3 for cheap there. Shelby here at bottom pair. Not going to bet this either. And with Renee betting this out, it's going to be the end of this hand. And like I said, Renee, another one that's just creeping that stack up. Still around that third place. Farron, Renee, and Mitch and John, all 4 players between 40 and 48K.
Yeah, and I was talking earlier about the different levels of big blind that you have to start getting alarmed with your stack size. Everybody around that 10 to 12 can feel all right now, but if you're below that, you got to be looking for a spot to put your chips in the middle with a good hand.
Well, we only had 1 elimination so far, and Patrick had to get very unlucky to be eliminated for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't Renee. Renee had a live card. She was making a move. It's not like she made a bad call or
Yep.
anything. She was just making a move and got caught and didn't have enough. He didn't have enough chips to get her to fold it off of it, so
Yeah.
didn't just catch what she needed, but had 2 outs, not even 3.
Yep.
She just didn't know that the spade was be out of place. Had 3 outs on the river and just gets there.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of pressure that comes with playing on stream too. There's obviously a lot of money up top of playing on stream. Everybody can watch what you're doing. People playing a little bit more timid, possibly.
9, 9, 10. Ace Queen versus King Jack of Renee.
These two both with similar stacks as well.
Yeah, you're gonna see this hand probably check down. Actually, nope, not anymore. Farron hits the pair of queens, and Renee's gonna make
Make
the
her
gut
straight.
shot wheel. And Farron may have to just call this.
call
He
it
didn't bet
off.
quite enough, and he's gonna see the bad news as the 1 card he didn't want to hit gives Renee
The straight.
the Broadway. There it is, Lowry. He had to think about it. It was so hidden he couldn't even see it at first. So big river there. What was a pretty innocuous hand, playing pretty friendly. Blood drawn on the river, and pretty big swing there. Farron down to about 30,000 in chips, and that puts Renee right at Wesley. Separation of about 2,000 in chips.
Yeah, we've seen these stacks fluctuate like you talked about earlier. Kind of all over the place. Short stacks seem to be winning the hands over and over again.
JT saying we need to have some sort of Hunger Games-esque dealing competition to see who the alpha
Oh,
is.
the dealer games. Oh, Chris back here
Oh, yeah,
saying we all
Chris-
know who the alpha
Chris,
dealer
Chris
is.
in the booth to let everybody know. Yeah, you start doing pot calculations, throw some
Oh,
Omaha in there. You sure you can run with Chris Price?
Oh, I mean, Chris is a robot. That's all right. I can't compete with a robot.
Farron here calling the 2000 with the ace of 6 suited Wesley. Wesley raised him and Farron immediately jammed here. Wow. Farron making a stand.
It's like he wanted West to raise.
Yeah, he limped in. West raised it up just a little to 8,000 min click
Instantly
with
grabbed
King
that
Jack.
big stack.
Farron immediately comes back over the top, 25,000. And
That's about half of West's stack.
you just can't do it with
I don't
West.
think you can, especially with Farron being the one doing it too.
Take you out, so we still get pool lessons?
Asking
Take you
Farron
out,
for
we still
pool
get
lessons.
or get them earlier.
West put to the test here. I don't think King Jack is just strong enough to do it. He's gonna lay it down.
He's going to show it, and Farron's going to show him an ace. Yeah, that's what I figured he would. If you missed it there, Wes asking Farron, do I still get pool lessons if I call? And Farron says, you'll get them earlier. Farron, quite the local little legend of the River League and pool playing down the down the shopping strip here at Shenanigans. And we had pool table in our original location at the hotel. You weren't around for that one, but that'd
No, I
been a
wasn't
dream
around
for
that.
you,
Oh
wouldn't
my
it?
gosh, we need to bring it back. But I think we'd see more people playing pool than poker here sometimes, which might be an issue.
The staff has definitely been in pool playing mode the
Pool
last
mode.
few months.
Yeah, we've been going over to Gizenhum's night after night the past couple weeks, playing a lot of pool.
And they won't play with me. They won't play with Farron.
We play with Brad. That's probably the best competition that we go up against. But I haven't asked you about this. This has been a big argument for about a week now.
Uh-oh. You got to ask me live on stream. Here
Yep,
we go.
live on stream. Michael Lowry plays, who is it? Corey Wright, 5 games. Can Mike win one of the 5 games?
An immediate no.
Immediate no.
Yeah.
Mike is fully convinced that he can win 1 out of the 5 games.
No. Corey, a player here at the River League, we haven't seen him on stream yet. He doesn't get a chance to play much. Guy's been working pretty hard and had a newer baby in the last couple years. Kind of put a stop on the poker play. But one of the best pool players I know is in person. Period.
Shelby with the pocket queens here, going to raise it up.
And not going to get any action for him, unfortunately. But no, if I might get 1 out of 5.
You
on
might get 1 out
Corey.
of 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey, he was talking the other day about some of the people that he thought could beat him in a single game. And Mike was definitely not on his list of people he was scared of.
Did he even say my name?
I don't think you were brought up, actually.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there for the initial conversation, though, so
I'd say if he did,
I
if
can't
he
be-
said no, then it's going to happen. We're going to
Yeah.
make it happen.
I
but-
can't be the good source for the whole story, but I just know that that's been the ongoing argument. I talked to Corey about it last night, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think anybody can beat me if we're playing." So the big conversation was about the different rules that they were going to be playing under, if it's bar
Right,
rules
right,
or
right.
NCAA rules and all that different stuff.
Back when the River League was in the hotel downtown, and we have pool tournaments. We had some domino tournaments, some dart tournaments. Had a wide array of games over there, and Corey kind of won when he decided to in the pool tournament era.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wesley here limping in. It's going to bring in Farron
Wes,
calls in the
who-
cutoff. Big blind checks 4 ways to a 5-6 jack flop. Farron having a bottom pair best right now.
And Wes, we've seen him show some aggression a little bit earlier.
Yeah, but here's
I think
you
he's
know,
slowed
Farron-
down here with ace queen just because he was getting jammed
Yeah,
on.
Farron making a good bet here, keeping that aggression on, and it's going to work immediately. So good on Farron to bet there in front of Wes. If he would have checked that, Wes would have probably taken that one away with a bet. So Farron jumping in there before Wes could get in that bet, because I feel like he would have bet there with the ace queen.
It's hard to make a pair. Farron noticing that right away, taking that pot down.
And that puts him back up healthier than he dropped down to less than 30K, and now he's built back up to just under 50. So Coach and Nick still needing to make a little bit of decisions here, and even Shelby needing to make some decisions pretty quickly.
And as we get shorter handed, those blinds hit you faster and faster. So those decisions come up to you a lot quicker than you expect sometimes. John with a suited ace. He's going to raise it up 12,000.
Big raise, I'm telling you. I mean, it's only 3x, but it matters so much more.
I think John's one of those guys too, where if he's going to raise, he's not afraid to go all in. Like he just put 12,000 of his 32,000 into the middle. So
Yeah, that's one of the hardest parts about the being short stacks and blinds this high is being able to raise pre-flop without just literally committing everything. And that's, he's pretty much committing everything at that point. You can't just call and
that was another one of the things that I saw a video on this actually yesterday too. In these bigger tournaments like WSOP, that kind of stuff, the idea of leaving a chip behind.
It's just so they can fold and
There's-
the tank down. There's a
that-
whole discussion that goes into
Yeah,
it.
there's so much that goes into it.
Way too much for here, but it's a thing, and they're going to probably vote on a rule on that,
Yeah,
just so
make-
you know. Make it to where
New
you.
rulings on it.
Yep. Here we see Renee just calling under the gun with the King Jack offsuit. Shelby makes the call, middle position with the Ace Queen. John on the cutoff, 9-10 suited. And,
Coach have anything here in the big blind?
well,
No,
he's going to get to
gonna
check his option. Yeah, let's see if we'll let the graphics play catch up here. As Marco is getting it set with Whitney here in the booth.
Coach with 5 deuce off. Flop's going to come king 5-7 rainbow, or nope, 2 spades. Renee flopping the best top pair.
I'm going to bet this one out. It's probably going to do it here. Not much for either player. Bottom pair for Coach, but I don't think he wants to hang his hat on that. And does lay it down. So,
Renee going to win another nice one.
yeah, we're not
She's got her stack up to 80K. I think as these blinds get bigger here in a second, we're going to see a lot more all-in action.
Yeah, the blinds are definitely going to do it to him. Regardless, like I said, 2,000, 4,000, and you've got 1, 2, 3 stacks with 5 bigs or so. It's not going to be much under their control.
One thing that I struggle with in tournament poker that I've learned a lot actually from the Voos of all people, the idea of getting free hands, the hands that you're not in the blinds. Every time that the button comes to them, they're like, "Oh my goodness, I have this many more free hands." I had never have really looked at it that way, but if you're not in the blinds, then you have a chance to wait and find that premium holding, and I think that's what a lot of these shorter stacks are doing. Just waiting for those good hands until they get forced back into the blinds and have to put chips in. Baron going to raise it up with ace-10 offsuit. Renee going to make the call in the big blind. Flop ace-high, couple hearts. Nothing for Renee, bottom pair. Baron flopping top pair. I think he's going to keep the aggression that he had pre-flop. 15,000 into 18,000. Let's see if Renee's a believer.
You're a wheel spin out there.
Yep. Like we said, those 2 tables rolling, people cheering outside.
Yeah, somebody just hit some more money. Renee does not get sticky. I really thought she would peel there one time. She
Yeah.
does not like folding, but knows that Farron's not going to be doing that very lightly.
Part of that. Did you get the high part?
I did.
Hey, I'm gonna watch it later.
You're gonna watch it later. I had ace 10.
Just confirmation, Patrick, for anybody still of his fans in the chat, he was the one that went and hopped in the cash games and got the wheel spin and just hit $800 on the wheel. So a shout out to Patrick's
Look at that.
friend.
Patrick got his $100 from the tournament and plus 800. He's going home with 4th place money. today.
$900 in his pocket
He's going
right
home
there.
with 4th place.
I'm telling you
money.
that wheel. I don't think there's any spots on there that aren't money.
No, I
Even though
swear.
there's a bunch,
They just be hitting.
they're just
No.
hits money constantly. So, congrats to Patrick, who we saw here in 9th place on stream. Took that $100 over to the cash game and hit himself a full house or better. Because we have 2 tables going,
2
probably,
tables going right now. I
Yep.
think
and wins the $800 spot. Renee here, small blind, just going to call with pocket 4s, and Shelby's going to jam here. Wow, Shelby made the wrong step here, just trying to get Renee to lay it down.
he's playing the player though.
Well, she limps in, can't be showing too much strength. But Shelby, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard call here with 4s. He's still got a pretty decent amount of chips there. I see a lot of those 5,000 pink chips. This graphics play catch up. Yeah, 22K. It's a third of Renee's stack with pocket
Renee,
4s.
She is the big stack right now.
Just the right amount of aggression. And she does lay it
Does
down.
Fold. And I'm sure Shelby's gonna love to go back and watch that one with Renee
Yeah.
later in the day.
Yeah, Renee's going to. Was that a little peek by Marco? Do Renee want to say, hey, can I ask what that was? Not a cash game, no rabbit hunting on stream.
No runouts. And still 8-handed here at the final table. I think we're going to hit a point once these blinds go up and up that it's going to be a little bit more of flipping all in and calls and
Well,
see
they're-
who flops best.
They're waiting for their spots, but you cannot wait too long here in
Yeah.
tournaments.
Patience only works for a certain amount of time.
They said it, and I believe it.
And those big stacks. I've seen a little bit of, they're a little timid because obviously if you do lose a flip, then you're right back into the short stack part of it. So
No, the field is too thick for what the blinds are. There's just not enough chips in play. We should be about four-handed right
yeah,
now
we really should.
instead of 8. And cards come around. It's Battle of the Blinds. Shelby here at King 10 offsuit. We just saw him make a move there on Renee to pick up some free chips, and he's going to put them back to work. Grab some raising chips. Let's see if he does it.
Let's see if it can work back-to-back times. Obviously, Renee folding a pair.
Yeah, he's got 23 in his stack there. He put about half his stack there in the middle.
He's just going to take it down.
Yeah,
Farron
Farron
has
just
10-4.
doesn't wake up with anything. So, yeah, good. Got the small blind and the, well, he got 2 bigs out of that
Yep.
transaction since Renee limped in.
Yeah, it's definitely a different dynamic here. I got to play the Crazy Pineapple tournament last week. And I made it to the final table. I was a chip leader at the final table. I think I was all in every hand for about 15 minutes.
Easy to do in Crazy Pineapple.
Yep.
Fun
Obviously-
game every Wednesday here at River League.
Yeah, but being able to have a huge chip advantage just allows you to play a lot more aggressive at the final table.
And it's a free roll, too, by the
It
way.
is a free roll. $10 entry with $30
$0 entry. The $10 gets you the bonus
$10
chips. Yep.
dealer appreciation.
Yep. It's a free roll tournament. Nick here finally finding the hand.
As a pair,
That last 19K,
see
and
an all-
so does
another
Coach.
all-in.
Everybody's going to get it all at once. Train wrecks abound. Too unfortunate for these guys. Pocket 7s for Nick. All in for 19.5. Coach jamming right behind him with 11 with the ace king. And with 2 people all in, and everybody else is going to fold there.
like
So
Coach is going to be the one at risk here with
Yep.
his ace king. Going to have to hit an ace or a king.
And Nick's going to get a little bit
of a
back
rebate.
in the lead. Coach, the player, all in with the ace, king suited of clubs. Nick looking to dodge. And Marco puts out a 5, a 5, a 6. Pocket 7 still holding it tall. Coach needing an ace or a king to stay alive in this tournament. 6 not going to do it.
River
Ace,
card.
ace or a king. And it is a jack. And so Coach eliminated in 8th place. Great run, sir. Nick there getting the pocket pair patiently and got pretty much a double up.
Yep.
Got
Close
back up to almost 40K in chips with that. And we say goodbye to Coach, who gets himself $100 for his efforts. Like I said, he was one of the ones that week in, week out for the league. I've got to look. 13,000. He was one of the larger chip stacks that came into this league championship game. So good on him to turn that into a good run in a final table live stream performance and show in and get a $100 bill out the door for his efforts. See if he puts it on the cash table and gets a wheel spin and hits 800 like Patrick.
Blinds are up here now. 2,500, 5,000. They're moving up quick. Nick.
How about
those
Nick
same
pocket sevens again?
He's got 38,000 now.
Let's see what sizing he chooses here. He's definitely going to play him. How much did you put into these newfound chips?
That's always one of the worst and best feelings at the same time. You just got these new chips from another
And then
player,
pick up a
and you
hand
wake up
immediately.
with a nice hand the next time, and
But this time, nobody has anything to fight him with, so he's going to pick up some small and big there. So quite a come up there for Nick. Let's have a quick look at the chip stacks and
Seven's
see
nice
who's needing to make the next move. John,
Don, Shelby, and Mitch.
Shelby, and even Mitch. And let's be real. The blinds are now 2,500, 5,000. So that shortened the entire field So 7 players left, 5 of them under, 6 of them 10 bigs or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said a minute ago, we've just got a few too many players left alive for the chips that are in play. But these guys are playing for a lot of money, Bryce. They don't want to, go out anytime soon. They've got $3,000 plus up top. And the next one eliminated gets $140, $200. I mean, they're trying to stay alive as long as possible.
Yeah, I think definitely trying to make that top 5. That's what it jumps up to 700, I believe.
Yep, the true ladder starts at 5, $700 for 5th place. Next elimination, $140, and then the one after that's $200. Farron here putting chips to work. Ace 10 offsuit, going to raise it up and take his blinds.
Yeah, definitely just trying to make that top 5 at this point. Lots of people playing super patient poker today. Just waiting for those spots. We saw it work for Nick.
But that all that means is the quite a few people watching across all the social medias. Stay tuned because at any moment you can lose about 4 players.
Yep, we're
off
gonna
of
see some,
this.
I think we're gonna see some crazy action. Here in
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's not going to take long. They're going to have to start putting those chips into the middle, and then you're going to start seeing who's going to make that run for that $3,200 first place prize. Renee here under the gun at Jack 9 suited into the muck. Doesn't like her position there, I'm assuming. Throws it away. Farron folding as well. Wes in the cutoff pocket 4s. Looks like he,
Little string raise from West.
yeah.
He's gonna raise it up to 10,000 with the pocket 4s.
Yeah, a min click is a third to a quarter of these stacks, Bryce. What is going on?
That is crazy.
These guys are just waiting to see, waiting for the hand. And, I would advise people, hey, don't let yourself get down to 2 or 3 bigs. The whole table's going to call you. But right now, the whole table only has 2 or 3 bigs. So any jam has extra weight.
one of my favorite things that we have at the River League. We talked about the crazy pineapple free roll, but we also have our Monday free roll, which is just no limit hold'em, but bomb pots at all of the level changes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when we get to those higher big blind levels at the end of the tournaments, then everybody has about those
Yeah,
3 to 5 big stacks.
it's
and
like, all right, whoever wins the next bomb pot's winning the
Yep.
tournament.
That's literally what happens. And we were just talking about possibly seeing 4 people out of the tournament.
Yep.
Those are the hands on Mondays that we see a bunch of people going all out at once.
Farron here making the call with Queen Jack offsuit. Mitch wanted to play his button, King 8 suited. Small blind, it gets out of the way, and Renee's going to check her option with the 10-4 suited. Big flop here, decent sized pot, 6-3-8 rainbow. Mitch, top pair. Curious to see how he plays this. He's going to play it sneakily. No, he didn't either. He was on the button and he bet 10,000. Yeah, I figured he'd go ahead and go to try to take that down. You're already looking at 17K in the pot, and he had less than that behind, or
with
right
that-
about that
Yeah,
behind.
with that King 8 suited, I think that's one of the flops that you're looking for.
Yeah.
8 high board or some diamonds.
Yeah, he's almost getting close to a double up without even being all in.
If you would have told me that we were going to be 7-handed still at this point, I'd tell you you're a liar.
Like I said, I'll show it again, and this is just tournament poker, though. I mean, the blinds do go up. You do have to make moves, but these players, they're playing for so much money, they're just not wanting to put it at risk. And I do not blame them. Like I said, the next one out gets $140. The last one out gets $3,200.
That's
There's a
insane.
big difference.
The $3,000 difference between the next person out and the person who wins it all.
Yep. You got to pick your spots.
Fold over to John with Jack 10. He's going to put in a fifth of his stack with Jack 10.
And a call from Mitch as well. Queen Jack suited.
Renee with a pocket pair.
Is she going to raise it up? Is it the rare raise to make everybody fold?
She
Nope, she
is.
just-
It's going to make 10,000.
And Shelby's got a decision here. Ace Trace suited. He likes it. 26K
We saw him
with all
jamming
this.
the big blind last time with
I mean, there's-
9-3 off.
There's already 20,000 in the middle
Lots
on
of
his
dead money.
20K stack. Lots of, and I know it's an ace. It's that tray though. Even though it's suited, you got to think of that tray. These guys are limping in.
Oh, if I'm in this spot, I'm all in every time.
Well, the suited ace wheels are the new ace kings anyway.
Yeah, they really are. Ace 4 suited is the new ace king. He's going to call.
We're
John,
gonna-
who's gonna limp fold.
Okay, it just doesn't want to get in four-handed
Yep.
here.
All right, three-handed with some reasonable hands here.
Pocket sixes in
Ace
the
in the
lead,
window.
but no more as Shelby has flopped 2 pair, and he's immediately going to put it in there. He's got 21,000 left over to take down this pot, and he's going to show that he had the hand and everybody else made the right fold. So was that like a triple up for Shelby on a limp pot? I mean,
Basically.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what advice to give as a commentator
Yeah.
at this stage of the game.
Well, I'm curious to know if he would have gotten calls from anywhere, if he would have put all the money in pre-flop. I think Renee probably does end up.
Renee may have to
Calling
with the
with
pocket
pocket
pair.
sixes?
I don't know. She laid down fours a
Fours
moment
earlier.
ago, so I
It's
don't
just,
know.
It's just the decision who wants to flip right now.
Yeah, the dynamics are certainly weird. Not in a bad way. It's just the way tournament poker
Yeah.
proceeds.
I think once people make some pay jumps here, we're going to see a little bit more action at the table as well.
Well, we just need some of the chips to consolidate at the
Yeah.
table. Right now, they're spread 7 ways.
Yep. Everybody with
there's-
kind of similar.
When there's
chip
about
stacks.
50 bigs in play on the table. Mitch here raised it up to 20. Good on him. Ace 9 to the hijack take down that set of blinds.
I think it'd be very impressive to see Mitch come to this final table with what, just 7,000 chips. Made a good run here.
Well, we see there, like I said, most everybody's 11 blinds are less, but if you go back to that win-loss, the shifts that have been made, Mitch, 30K up, Coach, the one who unfortunately lost the most, but yeah, it's, all these players are
This is
there's
one of the
7
weirdest,
players left, and all of them's positive chips. I don't know what's going on, Bryce.
one of
I'm,
the weirdest final tables I've ever seen.
but
I'm here for it.
I like the dynamic. I just think it's a rare dynamic that's tough. But Mitch is starting to understand, and he has got the ace jack offsuit, raising it up to 20, and it looks like he's just being a bully. But he's had the hands, and it's going to work as he takes down another set of blinds.
If you can be that one person who's waking up with real hands and being aggressive over and over again, then I think you're going to be the player right now who's going to be stacking chips.
Well, I mean, it's a small big is 7.5K, which is, fifth of stacks
Almost
out here.
A third of John's stack already.
Yes, the cards are definitely going to start deciding stuff here. I think the players are going to be due up on a break here shortly, and the blinds are going to be coming back. What are they? 5.10?
2.5, 5 right now.
Yeah, 2.55. It's 3.6 coming
after
back.
this.
Yeah, and I think if when they start getting out there on this break, I think you're really going to see them start waking up to the position and what's going on.
Nick with ace jack. Let's see what he's going to make it. We saw Mitch just make it 20. He's just going to min raise it here to 10.
Yeah, it's so hard when it's so much of your chips just to make a min click. But-
West with king jack.
But to the
Got
same
kicked here.
to the same token, I always preach don't put in more than you have to get
Yeah,
the
that's
information. So a min click is a lot right now for a lot of these chip stacks.
Yeah, everybody here kind of with around even chip stack besides John. Obviously, our short stack here just looking for a spot.
Yeah, it's
Jam it.
it's incredible how this has panned out.
Everybody in that 9 to 11.
Everybody's
blind.
everybody's within 10K, except for John, who's looking to catch a hand here. But everybody's within a min click of each other.
It's just so abnormal to see everybody with so even chip stacks at this point in the tournament. Nick with king queen. Just saw him take down the blinds last time.
He's under the gun, kind of a tough position here.
Min click it again.
Makes that same min click. Farron here with an ace, offsuit 4 though. He may not want to combat here. He knows Nick, even though he's been raising, he's a good, pretty, conservative player. Mitch here with the discount's going to come along. Calls the 5,000 Both players almost having identical stacks. King 10-10. Flop here for Nick Best. Mitch is gonna thought he might bet out there just if he could
Just
take it
take a
away there.
stab at
Just
it, yeah.
just to take it away, but not gonna be able to call anything. So if you want the hand, you might as well try to stab at it early. And Nick wins 2 pots
Isn't
back
that
to back.
something? Back to back, and now he's the chip.
Now he's the chip leader. I mean, that's this. Like I said, hang on to the stream, guys, because this is
Buckle in.
something's
You need-
something's got to
buckle up
give.
and get ready.
Something has got to give here shortly.
We're about to color up these purple chips here in a second, and I think after that, it's going to be fireworks.
So Renee here under the gun, throwing away her hand. Shelby pocket queens. He's got 50,000 in chips. He can make a raise.
Going to raise to 16 here. Seems like a reasonable sizing. John with a suited 10-9.
Oh, but he is on
Gonna
the
wait for the
buttons.
next
He's
one.
to see some free hands coming around for a little while. Nick here having to let his big blind go, and
Shelby wins the pot. No, he's the chip leader. I think it's going to be that for the
it's
next.
interesting.
Started this tournament at 2 o'clock today. So these players have been playing for a while. And when you play for that long, you definitely want to be playing for that top spot money. So I don't blame people for taking their time here.
Like I said, they're not. They're all playing.
They're playing
No,
good
they're
poker.
playing their own game. You know, and they're playing like there's 10 grand up top, which there might as well be. $3,200 is a good return on a $30 tournament.
That's right.
Theron here, 47,000 pocket sevens. Again, kind of an awkward sizing, but he's just going to make a call and see kind of what develops from there. Nick here in the small blind. Only 2.5K more out of that 50 with the ace-9. Lets it go into the middle. And you're going to see Renee check her option with the 5-3.
2 unders.
Yeah, but any kind of overcards here is going to scare these pocket sevens. 8 deuce tray, middle pair for Renee. You're going to see fair and bet here.
Yep, this is one of these spots that we said.
And you know, if you're Renee's going to call unless she just doesn't want to risk a quarter or a fifth of her stack. But she laid it down to him the last time. She doesn't like folding. I'll tell you that.
Doesn't like folding, and you got to think of some of the hands that Farron might have here that he's just limping in with.
Yeah, and you got to always have face cards, ace X's, ace, blackjacks. And
This might be
so
a bet
she
here
might
just to
feel
try to
like her
steal it.
middle pair.
She's going to make the call.
Yeah, and I don't think Farron feels threatened on this board, but can't feel great just in case he has the ace. King's going to be a scare card. This hand's going to go check, check a lot of the time all the way to the river. We see it do on the turn there. 10 on the river. The sevens do hold, and Farron picks up a big pot. $32,000 a pot. And you just heard the beeps, and the dealers are stacking out those chips. And we'll take a look at that leaderboard. Farron with that pot, 64K is going to have the chip lead, 13 bigs, and then 12, 10, 9 bigs, 7 bigs. All these players within an orbit of each other.
Yep.
John, the only shortest stack at 14,000. We're going to be coming back to 3,000 to 6,000 blinds. I don't know what to tell you, Bryce.
I mean, it's definitely entertaining. That's
These
for
guys are
sure.
playing for the league championship. I mean, $3,000 plus up top. They're playing good, solid Jackson poker, as my dad would
Yeah,
say.
that's for sure. And I think a lot of these people, we have a lot of good friends here, like Shelby and Renee and Mitch and John. They're all pretty close to each other, so I think there's some bragging rights up for grabs here today too.
For sure. And back-to-back final tables and wins for Farron. You know he's got that on the mind. 2 days in a row on stream and a win on both days. That'd be some bragging rights for him. And like I said, $3,000 up top. That's the bottom line for these guys. This was a $30 tournament that they came and played because they had participated in any one of the Sunday leagues. So they had points waiting on them. And heck of a return, $3,200.
For sure.
So hang in there. We are going to be back in about 8 minutes while they take this short break. And we're going to be with you all the way down to see who takes down this Rivers League championship. I'm going to take a quick break. Go see who spun that wheel.
Yeah,
We saw
buckle up.
Patrick win 800, so
This should be
we'll
fun.
see what it is. So see you guys back in about 8 minutes. are coming back from a break. Let's take a look at the chip stacks in case you are just joining us. This is the Rivers League Championship Tournament, the culmination of 3 months. These guys are duking it out. There are no chips in play, Bryce.
Not a lot of chips in play, but definitely about to see some fireworks, I think, here with these short stacks battling against each other with a lot of money up top.
Yeah, and that's what's causing this scenario. You can see here, we paid a little bit to the 9th, 8th, 7th, and 6th place. We haven't gotten to 7th or 6th yet, but then the real money starts up. Top 5 over $8,500, $700 for 5th, all the way up to $3,200 for first place. So that's why you're seeing these guys just not want to go out.
Yep, but we are back. Blinds are 3 and 6. Hand number 48 of the stream already.
Wow. I didn't even look at
Isn't
that.
that crazy?
These
48
guys,
hands here at the final table, and we're still 7-handed.
yeah, but we're going to start seeing some moving and shaking. These blinds are going to make it happen by themselves. 3,000, 6,000. We see Nick here raising it up to 12,000 with his queen 9 suited for an ace king into the mug. Shelby has an ace. 55K.
Ace deuce, that's my favorite hand.
Offsuit, seeing a raise out of Nick, though. He's going to let that one go. The min clicks are strong right now.
I think that's the play. You make a min click, everybody else folds. You take it down, go on to the next one.
Well, and like we said, these guys all started with however many chips they'd accumulated throughout the league play, and they've all made it here. We had 30 players show up today of all the league participants that wanted to come and play in this championship. 30 players, what we started with. We are down to 7, $3,200 up top for first. Next one out's only $140.
Yep.
So
30 players came in today with various stack sizes. I think the biggest was 21,000 or 25,000 for Miss Hopper, and then I think the smallest was 1,000. John, he's gonna put his chips in the middle. We have an all in
Pocket
pocket
10s.
tens.
See if anybody wakes up with anything to put in half of their stack to call him.
Shelby with a suited ace.
He's going to
He's
make
gonna
the call.
call.
Good on him. And, Farron is in for the big blind,
Did
6,000.
for 6. It's only
It's only 8 more
8
to
more to
him. He's
call.
got 59. I feel like, that's a 50-50
Yeah.
there. You're trying to eliminate someone, but at the same time, you don't want to give him too many chips.
and after seeing the hands that he's
Yeah,
about to see,
I don't.
realized how
Yeah,
crushed he
what
really
an absolute horrible result it would have been. But I think it's a 50-50 call or fold. He had 10-8, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he had one of John's outs and output by Shelby. So not sure how he could have won the hand. But this is how we're going right now. Shelby with a nut flush draw here, still behind the pocket tens of John. John needing to dodge a lot of bullets. That's one of them here on the turn. We got the deuce.
River card.
Can John stay in?
There's the club.
Oh, and he does not, as Shelby makes the club on the river with the nut flush. And we say goodbye to John. Great run.
Not going home empty-handed. $140 added to John's wallet.
Yeah, and but it was 140 to John, and a good run all the way down to 7th place.
Seventh place. We got 7 remaining here at the final table.
And nobody quite to that 100K mark. I think if you can get to that 100K mark, you're sitting pretty bright.
Yep, that's around where you want to be. We haven't seen anybody even break the 100K mark.
No,
at the final
and
table.
you're not going to yet. You see there, Shelby, who has now the chip leader, only has 13 bigs. Action's going to be forced either way. You just need to find a spot, hope it holds. John got his money in best, and that's all you can do at this point.
I was thinking about this while we were on the break. Could you imagine when everybody had like the same chip stack and we saw a 5-way all in?
Like just gone from 7 to done, turn
7
it
to
over.
none, and
I'd-
one person has all the chips. But we continue.
Farron here in the small blinds, battling with Wes in the big. He's going to put in the call there. Wes going to check his option 10-3 versus 8-7. 7-4-9. Does Farron want to bet this one out and try to take this one away?
Blind versus blind, you got to feel all right about your pair there, even
Yeah,
being
he's-
middle pair.
Reaching for chips. And, we saw Wes kind of playing back earlier, but he's not going to do it this time. The bets are just too valuable right now to these guys. And Farron going to stack up some chips there, 65,000. I think that any pot right now puts half these guys in the first, second,
Yep,
third.
that's for sure. And we haven't seen you. I don't know what the phrase you used earlier was, but just people playing good poker, playing the right cards
Mm.
instead of. I mean, the only real bluff that we've seen is Shelby jamming his 9-3 offsuit, and I think we're gonna have to see some more of that. People putting their chips in the middle with not as great of hands with these blinds going up.
Well, no matter what the blinds are, no matter what the chip stacks are, position is still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to look at if you can find a spot, two people sitting side by side in the blinds together that have a pretty large folding range to put pressure on when the button's in that position. Even if you don't have to be the button, just if you can find the position that has the weakest blind sets and it folds along to you, you can maybe pick up some orbits there. But never before has the orbit's been so valuable.
Yeah. This board coming out, not really hitting anybody.
And
Shelby
Shelby's-
Best with his pair of twos right now.
Yep. It's going to get through, too.
Going to put out a feeler bet and just get 2 folds, I believe.
Yep. Wes getting out of the way and Mitch folding as well. Shelby representing the ace, but doesn't need it.
Back from break, winning the first 2 pots. Got to feel good. Up to 87,000.
And we're 6-handed here. Let's have a look at some VPIPs.
This will be interesting.
31% VPIP leader.
The VPIP leader and the chip leader.
Yeah. I don't think that's coinciding in this game as much as it does in like a cash game, but, it's still a VPIP. For those that don't know, that means a voluntary put in a pot. That means that this table is being very discerning with their holdings.
I don't know if you heard this the other week. I explained to the viewers what VPIP meant, and Destiny was back here doing the action tracker, and she didn't know what VPIP meant. So
A
she
manager of the poker club didn't know what VPIP meant.
she learned just a lot.
Shout out Destiny.
Shout out to Destiny. I said, how long have you been dealing poker for, and you don't know what VPIP stands for?
She doesn't play online.
No, she doesn't play a lot of poker in general. So
No, a lot of people don't know what the VPIP stands for,
Farron gonna raise it with Jack 10 and
Yeah,
just
got it
blinds
through.
down.
and that's what somebody's going to have to decide to start doing. Shelby and Farron are both positioned the best two to be able to do so, but at the same token, you don't want to give up what small edge there is right now in this game because there's not much of one. The pre-flop raise here for these players pretty spread evenly though, but it's still only between 10 and 15% of the hands, and we've played 53 hands.
Yeah, not a lot of aggression seen. Just a lot of people wanted to see a lot of flops. And
Wesley here, King 9, cut off into the mug. Mitch on the dealer button, 10 deuce, already gone. Nick Pocket Jacks. Let's see if he can choose a sizing, and if Renee wakes up with anything.
he's just gonna go all
Actually,
in.
just going for 51K, and it's at the end of the day. It's kind of hard to find a good raising a size without committing too much, so you might as well swing for the fences, as they say.
Yeah, in those blind versus blind situations, I honestly don't mind an all in there. Obviously, they're short stacked for what the blind levels are, so it's hard to find an exact sizing. But an all in, just like either you got it or you don't got it, and you're gonna find out.
It can look a
If
little
Renee wants-
bluffy,
yeah, if
maybe
Renee
a
wants to
little.
make a call there
It almost looks less strong than a 3x or something.
for sure. So Mitch gonna buy the blind there.
And we've got Shelby,
Shelby and Farron.
87, and they're in the blinds together. So be curious to see if Shelby tries to lean on Farron at all from the small blind. Which, knowing Farron as a player, it's not always good. It's not a good proposition, but it may work a little bit now and then. You never know.
We haven't necessarily seen any crazy premium hands as well to the player's defense, but
King at Jack 6, 2 hearts, bottom pair for Shelby. Let's see if he wants to make a bet here. Does not. 5 on the turn. It's going to give some gut shots. Yeah. Pair of six is still going to hold.
Pair of six is gonna be good. Shelby gonna add 12K to his stack.
Yeah, that's going to put Renee on down there. Blinds of 3 and 6, and she's going to be the short stack with 3.8 bigs. Chips are going to need to start moving. Barron and Shelby are chip leaders. Shelby 93K. He's almost that 100K mark, Bryce. We talked about the 100K mark. Is that going to be the magic number?
I think it might be. The first person to hit that might be the person who runs away with it.
I would think so, but there's only, 10, 20, 30, 40, there's only 50 bigs on the table. I don't know if
So
anybody can control it that
having
much.
20 of them is
Not that big of a deal. Mitch, 10-9 suited, makes the call. Nick lets his ace at 5 go. Renee calls with the ace 6. Shelby calling the 3 out of the small. Farron checks his option. Massive 24K pot, 5-10 jack, 2 hearts.
and two of these players with less in their stack than what's in the pot. And Mitch, flopping middle pair, just going to put his whole stack in the middle. And I don't think we're going to see a call from either of the players here unless Shelby.
No, I don't think Shelby can leave him
No.
up bottom pair. And so big pot there
Double up.
for Mitch.
He put in 6K and got back 44K. So
I've been on a bunch. I've had a bunch of calls about wanting food. That's fine all night. So Bryce has finished me off early. Him and Mike had a bet, you know that, right? Let's pick their players. Bryce picked me, then he almost
Then he
took me
tried
out.
to knock you out.
Kept River me out.
There's Wes likes to draw an arrow with his big blind
he,
chips.
he likes to create any sort of image ever with his big blind.
It's good for stream.
It is.
It's good for stream.
Mitch is in there talking. Me and Mike, the dealer in the box, had a little personal wager earlier, a little bit of a last longer for who we thought was going to win the tournament today, and both of our players are still in.
Oh wow.
He took Farron and I took Mitch to win the tournament today, so both of our players still in for the last longer.
Renee here finding a hand, king of 10, all in. 17,000.
15,000.
Wesley's
already
in there
got
for 6. It's 11 more, and he's going to make the call. Kind of have to, Bryce.
Yeah, I
mean,
think you have to. Suited Jack 10's a pretty hand. Obviously, he's crushed by Renee's King 10.
yeah, Jack 10 suited plays really well a lot of the time, but like I said, it's just a tough holding here going up against, like you said, with Renee's King 10. So Wesley looking for a lot of clubs
Or a
jack.
We talked about the live card earlier. Renee hit her 6.
Yeah.
Can Wes hit
Ren-
his Jack?
Renee looking for anything else to stay in, and she immediately flops a king top pair. And lightning all in from Lowry because he doesn't know how streams work sometimes. Renee is going to hold with the top pair of kings, and Wesley down to 17,000.
And you know, that's one of those things as a dealer. You have to change it up for the stream, obviously, to add to the dramatic effect. But when they're in
Hey.
the sweat, I definitely find myself slowing down when I'm dealing.
Well, I joke around with the dealers, but I tell them I can only talk so fast. And I'm on day 5 of yelling a lot.
Yep.
To giant crowds, so I don't have the voice anymore. But I tell them, give me a chance to commentate.
The
not-
speed, the
It's not a
speed,
cash game. You don't have to just rip
yeah,
it.
the speed that we see from the different dealers here is funny to me. There's like on a Monday free roll, if we see an all in right away, it's just rip
Boom,
the board
boom,
out as
boom.
fast
Yeah,
as you
you're
can.
supposed to.
All right, who's the winner?
But when you're a dealer in an all-in situation, you got to go slower, so we can talk about it.
Count on
Walk.
Looks like we have one of our first walks.
you. Stab at it.
Oh my gosh, you're right. You're actually right.
Is that the first walk we've seen today?
Yeah, maybe so. I didn't even think about that. I thought we'd see 20, but we really that
We've
is.
just seen limping, seeing
I
a
think
board,
that is.
and
We've been
going to
seeing
the next one.
limp board bet fold.
Or min raise and everybody folds.
Yeah, these guys are playing for $3,200 up top, guys. They no one has a stranglehold on this thing. no one. It's still like it's anybody's game, so they're playing it, appropriately, I guess.
And if you want to play in a game that has a little bit more action than the one we're seeing, we got 2 cash games going right outside. I saw a lot of big stacks out there on the tables. So if you're in town, want to come play some 1-3, we got 2 tables rolling.
Yeah, pretty busy this Sunday evening. AMB, the blinds go up every 20 minutes, so this should be going up here shortly.
Sunday night football about
4,000,
to start as
8,000.
well.
Who's playing
I
tonight?
believe the Chiefs and the Texans, if I'm correct. I think Chiefs and Texans play Sunday night football tonight. So that should be a pretty good game. 2 teams trying to fight their way into the playoffs right now.
Yeah, you were a fan to see the Lions take on
Yes.
Dallas on Thursday. That was a big game. Lots
It was
of
a
implications.
Huge game. Obviously, I'm from Michigan for the viewers who don't know, so I'm a huge ride or die Lions fan. Hasn't been the year that we wanted, but we're still in playoff implications, and I have faith.
I've always enjoyed the Lions since Barry Sanders.
Oh yeah, old Barry Sanders. Hey, I've been telling people the Jahmyr Gibbs guy that we got now. He's our running back. He's on pace to be the greatest running back of all time.
Is he?
I firmly believe it. He's one of 3 players to have 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns in his first 3 seasons to join Barry Sanders and Adrian Peterson. I want to say
Well, there you go.
the 2 dudes. So
Look at Mitch going to raise this one up. $20K to play. See if he can take some blinds from Nick and Renee, and it is going to work.
Renee with a suited 9-8 doesn't want to put half her stack in there.
Nope, lets that one go. Yeah, Barry, of course, I grew up in the Barry Rice, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Dan Marino, John Elway, all that kind of era of football. And so
I
Nope.
tell people all the time that I grew up in the best era of football, though.
which one?
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. It was a
Definitely,
good era of football, too.
definitely arguable.
Yeah. One of my favorite things at the dealer is being able to sit and argue with a lot of the old guys that talk about sports, the new age versus the old age, and which is better.
LeBron versus
Oh, my gosh.
Jordan, all that.
me and Michael are both LeBron guys, so we defend him with our life against all of these old Michael Jordan fans.
Yep. Well, it's a different era, different game.
hmm Nick gonna raise it up with King Queen here.
On the button, steal some more blinds. Renee still not waking up with anything to defend with. Tough, just been put 2 tough spots in a row. Just lay that one down. Shelby, who is the chip leader, but it's 7-4 offsuit. Some people would play it, some would not.
River League nuts.
Don't think he's gonna play it.
If Michael Martinez was here, I think he'd be all in with an 81K chip stack with 7-4.
If Michael Martinez was on this table, it'd be over. He would have won, or he'd been long out.
Or he would have been gone already.
AMB saying Kobe. Absolutely. There's some Kobe saying he's the GOAT.
Already.
Hey, when I was growing up, I was a big, obviously Jordan, but David Robinson.
David
one of my
Robinson, the Admiral.
favorite plays. One of my favorite players.
Funny story. So my mom, my grandpa, he was a Army chaplain. So they traveled all over the place, and one of the spots they lived for a while was in San Antonio. He ran into David Robinson at a Target,
There you go.
just shopping. David Robinson, big 7'1"
I started to
David
think
Robinson.
you would notice him walking.
Yeah. So he was able to meet David Robinson, get a signed picture from him. So that was pretty cool as well.
Shelby here going to be the one to raise this one up, try to steal the big blind away. Ace 9 off suit. And Farron, Ace 9, Ace 3 suited immediately calls. Big pot here, 30,000. Shelby and Farron. 9 King Deuce. Shelby flopping best here, middle pair.
He's got to feel all right with his pair of 9s, blind versus blind.
And he's going to do the right thing and bet this one out here, and Farron's going to have to get out of the way. So Farron got a discounted call there with the big blind, but just didn't get a favorable flop. Bryce, you and I are big guys, 6'4", 6'5", closer to 300 than 200 pounds. And when I met Shaquille O'Neal in person, he is an
That's a big dude.
actual giant.
That's a big
like
dude.
a literal, actual giant. And I felt tiny
Hmm.
shaking that man's hand.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to play. Oh, Mitch, pocket aces, waking up.
Let's see if anybody has anything, though.
He's going to raise it big.
No,
Make it 23,000 to go.
23. Interesting choice there. Speaking of Jordan.
Renee, pocket
Oh,
tens.
here we go. Might have some husband and wife violence here.
I mean, it is at your house.
I mean, it's for most of her stack. How much she got? 37,000. Does she like
Is there
tens
any
here or no?
world that this money just doesn't go in the middle?
Unless she just does not want to go out because there's so many other people close to going out.
Yeah.
I mean,
And she knows her husband better than anybody.
he's not doing this
nothing.
with anything.
He's not doing this with nothing. We
We
saw
saw-
him on the live stream on
Yep.
Thursday.
Tell the audience what happened.
So there was a raise to 35, a couple calls. I made it 105, and then Mitch instantly made it 500, and the table folded, I think, as fast as they possibly could.
Yep.
Just knowing exactly what Mitch had.
Yep, Banks folds pocket kings
Pocket
pre-flop
kings,
with
wow.
no question. I mean, and he came and asked. He said, "Did you see that?" And he said, "Actually, he said, I folded kings so fast. Did the cameras pick it up?" And I said, "It did." And no one blamed you. He's going to get a call from Wesley as he had most of his stack in with the big blind. So
Suited gapper here. I don't mind the call.
hey, that's the kind of hand you want to go up aces
Exactly.
with. Why not? Make a lot more hands with the 8-5 suited than the pocket aces.
So Wes all in and at risk. Could we lose another one here? Wes putting on the backpack, walking out of the room. Can he find a favorable flop?
There's a 6-4 ace. Needs some running hearts.
7 or a 7.
Oh, he's got life. He's
He's
not
got lots
dead.
of life.
Oh,
Juice on the river is not going to do it.
I just knew he was going to not get eliminated. No one gets eliminated at this final table. But Wesley finally does 8-5 suited, almost runs down a flop set of aces. And Wesley gets 200 for his efforts, sixth place. And that's going to leave 5 players remaining.
Wes going to go home with $200, and we're finally into that big money jump now. Up to $700 for the next person out.
Yep, and see here, Destiny just handed me a note. Some deals are going to be made. We might see them discuss it here shortly, but here, yeah, you can hear them discussing it out now.
Marco, could they figure the numbers back there on the shop?
1,500 person.
Chip wise or even?
Yeah, you hear them discussing. I told them they could chop the top 5 places, only the top 5, and then they had to play it down for a little bit extra. And there's a lot of money up for grabs. So, like I said, the next person eliminated would get $700. First place at $3,200. So, plenty of incentive with these blinds and chip stacks to want to make some kind of deal with the players. And we'll figure out what that is here shortly.
Yeah, $6,000 to be split between these top 5. Definitely different chops that you can talk about. Obviously, Shelby, the chip leader. Renee, a little bit shorter stacked. That always plays a factor on if you want to do an even chop or do some sort of other chop.
Well, these blinds are so high. Like I said, these chip stacks, it's just anybody's game.
Yeah, you can double up and be the chip
So-
leader in a hand.
So you can, if you can make some kind of deal between 700 and 3,200, it's pretty good. You hear
Yeah.
them calling for the floor. They might have come to a consensus among themselves. Meanwhile, Renee, and Mitch, battling this one out, blind versus blind. King Jack versus King 6. A Jack 10. So
Split 1,000 down the last 5.
Renee not going to get much off this one.
So 1,000
Mitch.
for first, and then second through fifth.
Yeah, here you. We're going to get these numbers. Like I said, we're on a 15-minute delay.
1,000 going to first?
We got to play it out.
What I'm saying, is it going to the winner? The 1,000 goes to the winner?
Oh, I don't know among all 5 of us, whatever they do, but be like 4.
Yeah, we'll get like I said, it's happened 15 minutes ago, so we'll get those numbers in and updated. Have you got those for us, Whitney? Almost? Okay, she's got the numbers. She's going to be putting them in these top 5 places.
Well, we're leaving, we're splitting and then leave 1,000 in there and then they'll split it down.
Yeah, lots of different things that go into a chop. Obviously, your chip stacks and the people that are sitting at the table with you, too. Obviously, Mitch
Oh,
and
yeah.
Renee, husband and wife.
Did you hear the Banks line last night on stream?
Oh, the no chop hop. What
That-
he had to say was
is-
the lumberjack
He
line.
said the lumberjack line. He may dress like a lumberjack, but he does not chop.
Yeah, that's for sure. One of the nicknames he's gotten is no chop hopper. So
So it looks like we have what the deal is made right now.
looking like everybody going to get paid a reasonable amount today for their efforts.
A little over 1,000 for sure. See, Shelby raised this one up with the ace queen, and no takers for the blinds here. So let's take a look and see here. We've got fifth place is now fifth and fourth, $1,400. And then it looks like they've laddered it up slowly just to kind of keep it interesting. $1,600 for third, $1,700 for second, and $1,900 for first place. So every one of these last five players is going to make almost $1.5K for their efforts. And, I don't hate that sort of distribution there. These guys played for 3 months. They got the chip stacks up. They got a lot of that money back that they spent over the weeks, what they didn't earn during those weeks. So everybody
Yeah.
going home with at least $1,400 right now.
Yeah, they were in there talking about even chop, but we need to have. This is the Rivers League Championship.
No,
we need to
they-
have some sort of
No,
winner.
no,
and
no.
something
You'd,
to play
you'd have
for.
seen me walk in there and say, I don't care who's left, but somebody's getting extra money and somebody.
Yeah, this is the River League's championship. We need to have some sort of person taking it all home, being our champion.
Yeah, we've seen. So they've agreed to the money. So now we're going to see maybe this open up a little bit as we see 4 players to a flop calling 8,000. 4 ace deuce. Mitch's pocket nines still ahead. He's going to bet
gonna
this
bet
one
it
out.
out.
Yeah.
Ace obviously out there, but no takers to him all over on the button.
Yeah, the blinds have already gone up 4,000, 8,000. So we can take a quick look at those chip stacks and see how many blinds are left in play here. Shelby up to 108. He cracked the
They
100K
cracked
mark
the
finally.
threshold that we talked about.
Yeah, yeah. And 14 bigs and on down Nick, Farron, and Renee look to have a spot to put their chips in. But like I said, the adjusted payouts that we just had put together, they've at least double. It was double. It was only 700 fifth. Now it's 1,400. So the next person now is getting double what they did, and then gone up a couple $100 to $100 a place, up to $1,900 for first. So
1,000 is gonna be split.
it's a heck of a payday for these guys
Down first.
for this $30 entry tournament that they've worked the last few months to get to.
Yeah, $30 and $1,400 for the next person who's out. Definitely no joke there.
Between
Taking
the
home
five
$1,400 for a tournament.
spots, $1,000 between the 5 spots.
Take $1,000.
Still getting it figured out between
Yeah, here-
everybody here.
Farron spelling it out for him to get it right.
Farron, one of the short stacks, making sure the deal's made
That's
before
right.
he gets eliminated.
Well, he made $1,400 last night. Half of the $2,800 him and Brad took on the tag team tournament. So
So yeah, 2 days work,
2 days work,
$2,800
$2,800, not
guaranteed.
too bad, guaranteed.
Guaranteed
If he doesn't
$2,800.
spin it up from here.
have to, because at that point y'all are just chopping evenly. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all can't chop even. There has to be at least $500 on top, more.
We hear Floor Lady Destiny giving some rulings here.
So that's what I thought y'all were
The,
saying.
the extra 1,000
Because
distributed into the
what y'all are
into
doing
first, second, and
is
third.
y'all are not just chopping everything but 1,000. If y'all split that 1,000 evenly 5 ways, y'all are just chopping the whole thing.
No, we wouldn't want it evenly, like heavier on the.
Yeah, they're getting it all set up. We showed what it was here, and I'll show you guys what they finally figured out. 1,900 for first, 17 for second, 16 for third, and fourth and fifth, both getting 1,400 for the efforts. And like I said, the stack sizes, while they are a little bit spread out a little, there's still anybody's game with the blinds the way they are. 4,000, 8,000. Tip leader there, Shelby with 13 bigs. Farron and Renee and Nick all basically all in or fold at this point. So they've negotiated as much money as they think they can muster out of each other. But they're still playing for about an extra $500 between next out and first place here. And the title of the Rivers League Season 1.
Yeah, Reese, just to remind the people watching on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, we have that $10,000 guaranteed coming up later this next week. What do you think the payouts are going to look like for that tournament?
The people have been asking for a larger tournament here at the river, and $120 entry for a $10,000 guarantee is a pretty good deal. So, and we're going to kind of cram it into 4 flights. So being very a focused effort like that, and only $120, 2 bags moving forward. We could probably see a prize pool of at least, maybe 14, 15. You think it'll push?
Yeah, that's what my guess was, around 14 to 15 range. And today, $8,600 prize pool, and first place originally was $3,200. They're going home with 21 or 1,900 for first.
Yeah, it's and like I said, they'll have they'll pay a few more places in something like a flighted tournament, but you can still expect a first place prize, usually around 20% of whatever comes around, anywhere from, depending on how many people make day 2, how many entries, 18, 19, 20%, up to 22%. So, like a $10,000 prize pool, you can expect first place to be anywhere between, 2,000, 2,500, depending on how many entries. But we're going to have more than that. It's just $10K guaranteed.
And for the past ones, I know we've done this, is everybody who bags in the original flights, they're in the money for day 2.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the way we do it here at the river. You got to make that top 12%, which is basically the money. Nick here at Pocket Jacks, 48,000. Stack them up and ship them in and hope, Nick, see if somebody wakes up with something.
He's just going to raise,
No, just a min click.
make it 16.
Got 32 behind. Shelby.
Farron with a pair.
Oh, that's going to, yep.
He's going
It's
to
gonna
put
be
his
put
chips in
across
the middle.
there. And see, the bad news is he had, you just got pocket 8s. I mean, what else are you waiting on?
You can't do anything else with those besides put your 27,000 in the middle.
Just go with it.
Unlucky to see pocket jacks.
But he's already negotiated $1,400, so he's happy either way, I bet you.
Yeah, and if he does find a double up here, then he's right back in the mix with all these big stacks to be able to try to get that first place prize.
So Nick raised, and Farron moves all in with pocket 8s. Farron at risk, looking to catch one of the remaining 2 8s in the deck to catch up to the pocket jacks of Nick. Otherwise, we have our 5th place finisher.
See Marco putting out the sweaty flop. Slow it down for dramatic effect. There it is.
Queen 6 tray, all diamonds. Unfortunately, Farron does not have a bigger diamond. Nick has the jacks, so he still has the 2 remaining outs. An 8, only an 8 keeps Farron in the tournament. Deuce on the turn, no help. Still 2 outs remaining, 1 time for Marco. Otherwise, we have our 5th place finisher for $1,400, and that is what it is going to be, as Farron has been eliminated in 5th place. But after a little bit of wheeling and dealing with the remaining players, turned that $700 into a $1,400 payday. Matching his team payday from the Buzzbaits yesterday and the tag team tournament. Right here in the booth, I've got Farron. Farron, $2,800 2 days.
That ain't bad. I'll go for that. It's got tougher. The chips were so you just one hand and you're back low and then you're back high.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of chips in play, and the blinds had already reached a level to where it was anybody's game. I think the chop was one of the best things that could have been done there. $700 for 5th place, and y'all just decided to kind of get it a little bit more even across the board, and $1,400 is where you landed on 5th place for. And pocket 8s, you're going to be in there every time with pocket 8.
Yeah, you're playing 5-handed and you get a pocket pair. He just had a better one.
Yeah, just got unlucky to run
That was
into
it.
another one. What did you feel like the getting to this final table? You had 30 players that came back. You were kind of mid to
I was in 21st.
lower mid, yeah, in chip stacks. You didn't really start the season until late into the season, but played enough to get, like I said, about a low middle stack, and ran it on up. But the structure was good. I mean,
Structure was real good. I would have probably never made it. I started out, with just 7,500 in
Yeah.
chips, but I was short all day. I'd gain a little and then go back where I was. I think when we broke to one table, I only had like 15,000 or something.
Yeah, but that first hand, pocket fives,
First hand,
and immediately
and
flop a
pocket
set.
five, right?
It was unfortunate for the opponent, but you immediately ran up that stack
Ran it up.
just like you did in the
First
tag
hand,
team.
first hand, exactly.
So Mitch limped in there, and Renee pushes all in with her pocket tens, and no callers there, and she's going to take on a pretty decent sized pot. But like we were discussing earlier, there's just not much play left given the, just the chips in play.
Right.
And you
Well,
see here 12, 11, 8, 6. And earlier it was so, it really was playing so tight because, it was $3,200 up top, so we're only talking $100, $200 for 9th, 8th, 7th place. And so you're talking $3,000 difference. So people are going to play tight and fold.
that's right. Yeah, I was glad to see when I hit that 700. and
Yeah, it was definitely like I said, a good chop for all players here because of the simple fact that the range was so big there, $700 for fifth, and then all the way up to $3,200, and these guys are just trying to ladder up. See Jeff in the chat saying, "Good finish, Farron." That he wishes he could have been there. He had an out of town trip had to go to, couldn't make it to the today, so he had to bow out. But he had some chips too. He was ready until he found out he had to be out of town.
really,
Yeah,
Well, see, I was wondering where Jeff's had
Yeah.
been because I figured he would have played in a partners yesterday.
yeah, he was been out of town. He would have been in the tag team yesterday and today for sure. But gotta go out of town every now and again.
Right.
So 4 players remaining. For those just tuning in, we are getting close down to, like I said, the 4th place, 1,400 as well. Mitch here all in, pocket kings. Shelby thinking about it here. He is in the, looks like he might have actually raised in the small blind, and Mitch shipped it in over the top of it there.
I had one over. Figured. That's crazy. You did. Not call that like a leader.
So let's have a look at this chip stacks here. Mitch, 110,000, starting to separate a little bit away from the rest of the pack. Nick, Shelby, and Renee, all under 10 big blinds. Blinds right now are 4,000, 8,000. Dealer Marco in the box. We've been playing this final table 72 hands. The hands have been fast and furious.
They've been quick. Nearly everybody played real fast.
Yeah. Even though they were playing a little bit tight, trying to get that $3,000. Like I said, these final 5 made it and worked the deal. And so it said Farron here eliminated
Oh,
1,400. Here comes Nick. Here's his chance. All in pocket aces after Renee and Shelby have limped in. Mitch next to act. Don't think he's going to be able to call here with a 7 tray, so it's going to be over to Renee with the king jack. Is she going to make a stand here four-handed with king jack? Pretty decent hand. Of course, Nick just happens to have it this time, just like he had it against you with the pocket jacks.
right.
Renee looking at the blinds and does decide to let it go. And of course, Shelby not going to call either. So big pickup there from Nick. All 3 big blinds from other players there. It's going to put him close to that 100K mark. It does. Puts him closer to Mitch. So Renee and Shelby needing to find that hand. The blinds are 4,000 and 8,000. But then we've got, like I said, 5th place, Farron here in the booth. We talked a little bit about the tag team tournament last night. You and Brad, Team Buzzbaits, took that one down. That was a lot of fun. And like I said, it's a $2,800 payday for that tournament as well. 2 back-to-back final table live streams, $1,400. You're half of the tag team tournament, and then this one here. So it's been a good weekend for you.
Been a good weekend, and that goes to show you that anybody can come in here and do that if I can.
If you can do it. It's speaking of that,
Need to come down.
are you going to come play in this one here? The
I'll absolutely play in it.
$10,000 guaranteed tournament. Only $120 entry. Flight A is this Thursday coming up. It's like I said, $120 entry, $10,000 guaranteed tournament. 4 flights, 1 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, and 2 on Saturday. You can take 2 bags forward, and if you can get 3 out of 4 bags on those flights, it's a $400 triple bag bonus, which would basically make a free roll for you. But Mitch here, pocket aces. He's got the chip lead 114,000. Raise it up, see if Renee or Shelby sit down and wake up with anything. Oh, Nick, the second chip's going to have pocket queens, Dad.
He's had queens, jacks, and aces.
Yeah, but now it's
And
his
now
turn
he's
to
run
have
into it. Yeah,
his turn to have the bad luck.
he run into it this time. Yeah, that's 3 pocket pairs he's had in the last 5 or 6 hands.
And he's thinking about how much to raise it. It doesn't look like he raised it. It looks like he just called with the pocket queens.
Shelby gonna get out of the way.
Yeah, if any king out there might save Nick. Otherwise, you may see 10, 4, 5. This one's going to be a hard one to get away from. Yeah, he's going to put in that bet. And Nick here's got to decide, does Mitch really have aces or kings here? Yeah, I mean, he just got to make that call, Nothing he can do about that.
Yeah, that's playing shorthanded like this to have aces
Ace
and
and
queens
yeah.
in the same.
There's just nothing
Man.
you can do about it. So 2 cards to come, 2 outs for Nick, or we are going to have our 4th place finisher. Of course, part of the deal that they have made is going to get $1,400 for his efforts here, but he definitely wants more, $500 more all the way up top in first place.
These 2 hands coming together like
You're
this.
gonna need to spike a queen.
Go pretty bad. Go pretty bad.
Let's listen in. 3 of diamonds, no help to Nick on the turn. Marco to a river, or we're going to be down to 2 or 3 players. If it's not a queen, and it is not, and we have had Nick.
There's my 8.
Yeah, the 8 you needed. And that was the 2 big stacks there, Dad.
Yeah, and you don't see that, but with the cards they had, you can see it. But
It's hard to put it on. Believe it, when you got ace queens, you
and
can't.
that makes the other players that's shorter stacked.
Yeah.
They love to see that. 'Cause that just
So Nick, your 4th place finisher, $1,400, part of the chop deal that you guys made at 5. So a little bump up for the next one out to $1,600. But now it is officially the Mitch show. How much pressure is he going to put on these other 2? He's got $216,000 to Renee and Shelby's around $50,000. Shelby here going to be in the small blind, 8-7 offsuit.
Better put your cards on the diamond.
And he's trying to stack those chips still. Queen, ace, 10, 2 spades, no help to any player. Well, I'm sorry, Mitch is going to have a second pair, and Shelby's going to want to bet this out. And then Shelby makes the fold. He shows the queen there. So I'll pull it back up here for you. Mitch, after that huge clash with Nick, 224,000 in his stack, 72% of the chips in play. Shelby and Renee both around 40,000. Yeah, like I said, the deal that was struck earlier, the next person out is going to get 1,600, 1,700, and then 1,900. But that first place there counts for season 1 champion, the Rivers League.
Right.
Little extra there. Shelby.
I wanted to double up tournament one day after the next and win both of them, but I didn't.
Well, you got enough chips to get you where you made 1,400.
Right.
Mitch is just going to put Renee in all in here with the King 3. And Renee might decide to go ahead and just say, let's just do it, or try to find a different end. She's only got 31,000 remaining in the big blind. Has 10,000 of her 40,000 and a quarter in there. Let's see what she has to say here. She does.
Serious?
She had showed her cards.
Yeah, she said, "Are you
He
serious?"
said, "Are you serious? You're calling?"
She'll be ashamed if she folded.
This is 40 right here, Mitch. Okay. What's your bet?
That's some colluding shit right there.
Shelby not happy.
No, he thinks they're stacking their chips. That is a husband and wife team, by the way.
Mitch and Renee, Queen, King, Jack. Renee is open-ended. Mitch flopping top pair. Oh,
Yeah.
no, there's the rest of it. Now, they weren't quite all in yet. They had,
Look at this shit. Oh,
Well, she has some out.
oh,
Get
that-
this
Marco,
ass.
I need an eight, Marco. Eight,
Eight or a nine.
or an
Give
eight.
her a 2 and a 4.
9 or an ace. Come on. Tip me
asking
up.
for a 9 or an
9
ace.
or an ace. Come on.
Here it comes, Renee.
No. No.
Or on to the turn, no help, needing an ace or a 9, or we have our third place finisher in Renee
9 ace.
to a river.
Desperate.
Come on.
Not going to happen, and so we have our third place finisher, Miss Renee.
Too many outs. You had way too many outs.
And Mitch just has too many chips there for Renee not to be able to just put what little she had left. But she flopped open-ended, and $1,600 for her efforts,
I could fold Jack 6 there.
and got her right here.
All right, then there were 2.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, how are y'all?
With the microphone up just a little bit closer. You had no choice. You had to put it in there.
I did.
You had Jack 6 or Jack, yeah, whatever, and you had your big blind in there, almost a quarter of your chips.
Yes,
So,
I
yeah.
only had 3 blinds left after that. So if I didn't call, it was just, having to wait for another hand. And I wouldn't have chipped up very much anyway.
Yeah, so just go ahead and
Yeah,
gamble. Might as
just
well.
Right.
The blinds really dominated the most of this tournament anyway.
Right.
And it played so conservatively because it was $3,000 for first place.
Right.
So nobody wanted to go out.
No.
And so the blinds just kind of caught up to the chip stacks.
They
and
did.
That it 7-handed was just way too much.
Right, right. But it's a good
For-
game. I played pretty conservative there, except for maybe that hand.
Well, yeah, but you've got to find just a place to put it in there anyway. Like we
Right.
said, I mean, you had a quarter of your stack in there in the big blind, and nothing you could do about it anyway.
No, overall, I think it was a good play, and maybe that hand wasn't the best one, but I think overall,
Yep.
I played a good tournament.
Here you see your husband and Shelby all in here. Shelby's put it in open-ended. Oh, and Mitch folded. Mitch didn't have anything, so I had to let that one go. So they're going to still battle it out. But you guys made a great deal. Let me show on the payouts here on the screen. It was $700 for fifth place. And when we got down to the final 5, you guys made a deal to kind of even it out, which is good. Like I said, the blinds were so high. Nobody had a ton of chips. Y'all have played for 3 months and
Yes.
6 hours. So I think it was a good shot for the top 5 for sure.
I think so. It was a good payout today.
Yep. And like I said, I had my dad Farron in here, who got 1,400. And then Nick right behind him getting 1,400 as well. And Mitch and Shelby here playing basically for an extra $200, 1,700, and then 1,900. But one of them's going to have the title of season 1 champion.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
It's been how many Sundays do you think that you played out of the? Did y'all make it almost every Sunday?
I think almost everyone. I might have missed one or two.
And did you get? It's showing here you started with 13,500 in chips. That's a pretty good stack. Did you win some money along the way as well, or just
I did, I think twice,
twice?
maybe, or
So you
maybe
got-
once.
Got a little bit of money for the efforts along the way, and
Right.
then but the biggest thing was coming in and making it down to all the way to third place here. It's got it's a Jeff and JT says that Mitch is sleeping on the couch tonight.
He might. He
might,
might
well.
sleep in the doghouse.
And but no, and you know, like I said, for both y'all to come in second, third, that's a or at least first, second, or third, that's a pretty good turnout for you guys, and definitely worth the other. Of course, Shelby, y'all's business partner as well, so it's like a kind of a whole family affair anyway here in first, second, third.
I can't believe we all three were on the table. It was pretty cool to have us all three on the table today.
Didn't make it all the way down to
Yes.
first, second, or third.
Yes,
Between the
yes.
three of you, over $4,000.
Yes.
So that's
So-
pretty good.
He had those pocket aces. I had pocket tens, and when he bet that, I was like going, I know he has pocket aces. I got to fold these
And that's-
because he's going to take me out right now.
That's the funniest part. Me and Bryce were in the booth and we were discussing that, you know, Thursday night, Mitch played in the cash game with Banks, and Mitch made a massive bet pre-flop, and Banks laid down pocket kings. I mean, without even thinking about it. And I was thinking, with you in that situation, holding the tens, Mitch is never doing this with less than jacks or better.
Right. And I knew when he pre-raised, I was going like, he either has aces or kings, but I know he has better than tens. And I said, I've got to fold this or he's fixing to take me out. And so I didn't want to go out at that point. But then when I was coming in third and I was, you know, in pretty good money, I said, well, the jack six and it's you know,
Yeah, you got to make a stand at some point because
and I
you're going to
only
be
had-
all in two more
right,
hands
and
anyway.
I had 3 blinds left. I was going like either I chip up or I'm out.
And if you would have seen the flop, you would have done it anyway because you were open ended on the
Right,
flop.
right.
So either way, it would have ended up the same way. And like I said, still a great payday. Like I said, you still got
Right.
$1,600 for third place. And like I said, if you're just checking in, still quite a few people tuned in across all of our social medias as I'm starting to lose my voice.
right, right.
And it's been a busy couple days here at the river. Dennis in the chat saying, what happened last night? Did you save it for today? I guess you
I
know.
guess I saved it for today.
Dennis in the chat was Renee's partner in the tag team and made a decent run. Did y'all make it to the final table?
We didn't make it to the final table
No.
yesterday. We tried. We
Yeah.
tried. I got beat. I had pocket sevens, and I got beat by a flush by Mark,
Oh, okay.
dealer Mark.
Dealer Mark. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. But yeah, you and Dennis, I remember y'all partnering up yesterday for the tag team, and that was a great tournament, lots of fun. We're gonna have to do that one again. But yeah, Dennis, she saved the run good for today to make the money for herself, not for the team, I suppose. It was a lot of fun yesterday. And of course, like I said, even my father, who I had in the booth just a minute ago, him and Brad taking to that tournament
Yeah.
yesterday. 2 days in a row, 2 final tables, 2 live streams, $2,800. He had a
Right.
good weekend.
He did. He did. I think for the 2 days, everybody's enjoyed their time here, and a lot of people need to come out and try the River League. I do. You know, they'd have a good time.
Yeah, and this week's going to be a good time for, you know, a $10,000 tournament for only $120 entry.
Right.
We showed that up on the screen earlier. We'll show it again. $10,000 guaranteed tournament. It's going to be starting Thursday night, this coming Thursday at 6 p.m. That's Flight A. You've got 4 opportunities to play in this tournament, but you want to get in early and you want to get in often because you can take 2 of those bags forward. And if you can get 2 out of 3, it's a $400 triple bag bonus. But the key is to get in the top 12% and at least one of those flights make it into the money for that guaranteed of at least $10,000 prize pool. It's going to be a fantastic event starting this Thursday. Are y'all going to come play in that?
Well, of course. This is
That's
our home
just
away from
home away from home. Yeah, well, we appreciate you and Mitch and Shelby. Y'all are big tournament players and the occasional cash game players here at the River. And like I said, we've had a busy December, but y'all have done definitely well enough to play in all of it. You're free rolling at this point. So y'all got
You can't beat it.
all
I mean,
three-
you make a lot of friends here too. I mean, this is the place where if you want to just enjoy, a lot of people, come on out.
Yep. And poker a little bit for all levels. And we have our free rolls. We have, some expensive cash games, some cheap cash games. But much to your point, it's a place that anybody can find something to do if you play poker.
Exactly.
Something you can play.
Exactly.
Jeff in the chat saying he'll be here Thursday. I hope so. Like I said, that's going to be a fantastic tournament. And then right after Christmas, we're doing that. You were here yesterday when I announced that $5,000 tournament. That's only a $13 entry with a $2 bonus. So basically $15 for a $5,000 tournament. We're going to have like 7 flights. It's going to be kind of a crazy, flurry of, all ins and whatnot. But for $15, you just can't beat it. $5,000 guarantee.
Nope.
That's going to be a fun one. But so between that and the 10,000, I better sleep during Christmas.
Yes.
It's going to be busy around here. Shelby on the button decides to ship it in there with ace 4 of diamonds. Mitch not going to do it quite yet. So they're going back and forth a little bit. Let's have a little look here. Mitch hasn't given many chips to Shelby yet. 50,000 to basically 250,000.
He's
Shelby.
being a little selfish there.
Hey, they're playing for an extra $200. And the title.
And the
You
title.
can't beat the title. Uh-oh. Pocket queens for Mitch.
Uh-oh. This
Let's
one
see.
might get Shelby in trouble.
Nope. Luckily for Shelby, he didn't catch anything. Yeah, pocket queens was ready there. So
I'm surprised Shelby folded that horrible hand. I'm just kidding, Shelby.
Mitch was waiting with pocket queens, that's for sure. So whenever it's heads up, the button is the small blind and acts first heads up play. We talked a little bit about that last night. If you don't have much experience playing heads up in poker, the blinds work a little bit backwards than what you would think. The buttons act first. Shelby's going to be the one to act first here with the ace 10 offsuit.
Be smart. He'll go all in on this one. Or maybe raise
Well,
real
just
good.
going to tease it up a little bit there, see if Mitch wakes up with anything. Queen 4 suited. He makes the call, so we're going to see a flop here. Queen 4 versus ace 10. Marco putting out 2 spades, ace jack 6, both for both. This should be an all
might
in
be
and a
the
call, and this is it. Shelby all in with the top pair. Mitch here, Queen 4 of spades. Mitch could end this tournament with any spade.
This
Shelby
might be the hand.
looking to dodge here.
Still early. He's going to be able to.
Let's have a listen in. Marco making sure all the chips are correct. Shelby all in at risk.
Spade, spade, spade. Spade.
No, it's sure they're
Killing,
not.
killing.
Sure they're not.
Right off the rip. And that will do
Like
it.
one wasn't enough, Marco? One wasn't enough?
Stop that little fish down.
And we have our Rivers League
Rest of my life.
champion there in Mitch. Have a seat here, champ. Well, what do you think?
Oh, I think the right person won. Or the one I wanted to win.
Love it, love it. So, what an interesting table. There was the blinds were catching up to you guys. Not a lot of chips in play. Wasn't a whole lot of room for movement. Nobody wanted to go out because there were $3,000 for first place, and everything else was $100, $200. So everybody playing so carefully. What were you thinking about trying to get to that end? Just kind of coasting along, or
I was coasting along pretty wild because when I started out, I got such a bad break off the start.
did
The Bryce, the dealer, was just killing me over there in the thing over there. He slaughtered me. Had me down to 2,700 chips right off the bat almost.
Oh, in the beginning of the whole tournament, you were down to 2,700 and ran it back up.
Ran it back up.
Oh,
He did help me out later, so it worked out.
that's good. We came to that final table of 9, and there was some poker for a little while, but once those blinds caught up to those chip stacks, it was basically just an all-in or fold fest. There was just coolers waiting to happen. Is all you could really do about it. And but the best thing that y'all could have done when we got down to those final 5, y'all made that fantastic deal. I mean,
Yeah.
$1,400, and because at that point it was still pretty much anybody's game with the blinds the way they were.
Yeah, I had just won a hand right there, so I had 75,000, and I just said, let's make a deal here. Let's all get some money, even it out a little more, and we played out for the last 1,000 there.
Yeah, and then like I said, the title, shake the hand. This is season 1 winner, Mitch, and the wife Renee just had in the booth here, 3rd place, and business partner Shelby getting 2nd. I mean, you guys just bam, 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 1, 2, 3. Dude,
Oh,
that's pretty
It was a good run tonight for us.
absolutely crazy. But we've got the 10K coming up this week, and then we've got the 5K coming up right after Christmas, and y'all are bankrolled for both of them.
Oh, yeah. I'm willing to take second in that 10K right now if everybody else shop with me.
You gonna let Renee
Yeah.
win that one, maybe?
No.
No? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But we appreciate each and every single one of you and these guys for tuning in, watching, and playing these events. You guys tuned in, quite a few of you across the social medias, the YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and watching this guy here take down season 1 champion of the Rivers League, season 2 upcoming. And I want to say, how many chips did you start with? Did you participated?
16.5. I was up at the top there.
Yeah, you came in with a good chip stack. You guys
I was
came in,
fifth.
so you definitely put those chips to work. Even though you said you gave them back down to about 2,700 right at the beginning.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
right off the bat almost in the first half hour.
Well, we love doing these kind of tournaments. Love having great winners like Mitch and Renee and Shelby. And appreciate all of you for tuning in to the stream to watch it all go down. And stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be on stream for these flights for the 10K guaranteed and doing those final tables as well. Hope to see this guy here for that. So, again, appreciate you once again, man.
Well, thank you. Great game.
And we will see you back here on the River Live. Like I said, this week for the 10K event. Keep an eye on our Facebook. Send us a message. Check out our texts that we send out to the members on what we have coming up. Once again, my name is Reese. Thanks to Bryce and Destiny and Whitney and all the dealers making this event happen. This guy and Renee and my father for taking down some big money here in the end, and everyone that participated. And can't wait to see you guys on the next one or here live on stream. Appreciate each and every one of you. Once again, season